good. I'm live, yes. Play the music. Alright, let's go. Let's get it, let's get it, let's get it. Premiere is here. Premiere is here. Here we go. Bro, what the hell's wrong with this? Work! Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Bum, 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 bum. Bum, 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 bum.
Drive slow, homie.
Dun, 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 dun. You never know, homie.
Might meet some hoes, homie. You need to pump your brakes and drive slow, homie.
All in mind in this state.
79th from May. One of my best friends from back in the day. Down the street from Calumet.
Get it, get it, get it. We need to mute the music, low-key. And his hand, keys in his hand, leads in again to let you know he's the man. Get in here, chat. We got some stuff to talk about, yap about here, you know, premiere here, next videos, this week in wrestling, whatever's going on in the world, whatever the hell is going on, we'll be speaking about it, we'll be yapping about it over here. Welcome to the stream, guys. Come on, come on. Hey, whose last week is it? No, we gotta play this. It says last week. Ba 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 ba. Bro, he was releasing hits. Can't help the feeling.
Can't help but feel this one. Yeah. Excuse me for a minute while I lighten the mood. Just clap with me like the
Chat.
do. Yeah. A bit of soul food that you be biting into. And if you feel me, then I'm writing for you. Right now.
Put another coat of wax on the ride.
For a minute, put the beef and the gats to the side.
This track's got a ride to chill to. Enjoy life for 5 minutes, man. It's not gonna kill you.
It's okay to be hard and stay true.
What's up, chat?
But at the end of the day, we are human.
Hold on, we need to play something.
For you, the ones that you close to. Show some love is what you supposed to. Right now, forget the
Hold
ends
on.
and the bends. Pop a cold one, man.
Wrong thing.
Real friends.
Call your folks, tell them you're tight now. Cause everything looking pretty good right now. What's up, guys? Alright. Just want to say, what is up, guys? Wrestling Premiere is here. Shout out to you guys joining the stream. You know, we got some stuff to yap about. This stuff. That's all I'm going to say. Like, we're not going to do too much. We're going to just casual stream here. Talk about the next videos. The last week of John Cena, you know. But let's do a quick roll call. We got Sports Entertainment, Robin Jackson, ASAP Reefy, Soy Jefe, Gevco, Bob, Alec 2000. How you guys doing? Welcome to the stream. If I had the soundboard, we'd be doing the freaking explosions, you know, boom, boom, boom. There it is. But anyways, how you guys been? You know, that's the real questions over here. You guys asking about me. How have you guys been the last week and a half? Or, yeah, last week. Yeah, I've been decent, you know. I'm trying to think of, what's it called? Things to do. Because I started the stream because I'm kind of bored. I'm not going to lie to you guys. Straight up, I was actually bored. I recorded 2 videos, but I just don't want to work on them now. For being honest, I work better on videos in a couple of hours. Like, I edit better at 1 a.m. I don't like editing at 9 p.m. or any of that. Like, 1 a.m. is better for me when it comes to editing. But how you guys doing? You should do a video on 2007 Judgment Day. Random pay-per-view. What the hell is this? Soy Jefe, are you talking about the clip, the intro thing? Well, it's got to involve me. I can't just freaking put random montages. I got to put myself in there. I know it looks goofy. You see me at the beach or whatever, but it's better than the wrestlers' Titantrons. Logan Paul's the only guy in the WWE that has a Titantron. The rest of them, they don't have none. I have a Titantron before the wrestlers. Bailey comes out, you don't even see anything about her. Alright, how you guys been? I hope they play the song when he salutes one last time and walks backstage. Maybe, bro. What up, Premier? Hope you're good. We're doing decent. What up, Premier? What up, DKJ, Wayne? We got some of you guys in here, you know, some familiar faces, of course. My fiance leaves me and Cena retires in the span of 1 month. Yeah, it's rough for you, bro. But that's life, you know. You got highs and lows, and it sounds corny and all that, but you'll bounce back. You know, it's life. We all have our issues, blah, 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 but we always bounce back. This is supposed to be the final week of John Cena. He's not even going to show up for Raw, which is unfortunate because I think they could have done a huge build for his match with Gunther. I just feel like one confrontation would be enough. And Mitch, welcome to the stream. Shout out to you. I do the explosion thing, but I don't got it on me. Ben OK just been studying for college finals. Yeah, you got to focus on that stuff, buddy. Why are you watching me? You should go study. Kevin Owens is still using his tongue shrine from like 2015. Hey, he should cherish it. If you're talking about the one with him yelling in the corner, it's black and white. Yeah, he should keep that one. What's good? What up, Ty Weezy? What up, Damani? See, we got more people coming in here. Some familiar faces. Shout out to you guys. Like I said, we're gonna yap about a couple of things here. I was gonna go live the other day, but then I was like, bro, who cares? I'd rather work on my videos. And I've been working on some videos, but I'm trying to figure out what you guys really want, like the algorithm and all that stuff. Because YouTube don't play around. You know, you can't exactly mess around and do whatever you want. You kind of gotta focus on the algorithm. What does the viewer want and all that stuff? Oh my god, Undertaker's coming. Oh my god, let me fix this. Give me a moment. It's over here. Just give me a moment. This will be all good right now. Light went out because. Fix it right now. I got the cord in here somewhere. There it is. Wait up. I know it looks bad quality, bro. Just bear with me, please. Please. Give me a moment. Wait up, wait up, wait up. So this light over. Alright, I think it's gonna work right now. 4 words, 1 letter. Hold on, just give me a moment. This looks cooked. Just give me a moment. I think it's gonna charge right now. But I don't want to use the other light. The other light's ghetto. Hold on. Just wait up. Are you gonna do a video covering the whole retirement tour? Yeah, bro. I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna work on it this week so we could drop it like afterwards. I'll talk about how it sucks. Apparently he wanted to do 220 dates, which is a bit outlandish. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I don't think he would have made it through that. He would have gotten injured. Looks goth, bro. Bro. Nothing involving us looks goth, bro. How are you excited about Sticks to Chicago going on tour next year? Jordan, you asked me the most random questions, bro. You always ask me the random questions. When do you think Alexa Bliss and Charlotte are going to win their belts back? Not now, because it's going to be Liv Morgan. And, no, it's going to be the Judgment Day. The fact they gave John Cena 36 dates instead of 220 like you wanted makes me upset. Vince would have given them those dates. I just don't see it, bro. You know, like, what up, Simon? How you doing? Welcome to the stream. Shout out to you. I just don't see him doing 220 dates because when you think of John Cena's career, he's been a hustler. He's been wrestling all the time and all that stuff, but this is so late. He hasn't been in a full-time schedule. Now, if they gave him 60 dates, valid. I honestly think 60 dates, yeah, Gavco wrote that. I didn't even see that. Same thing. Since 2025 is coming to an end, would you do a video of WWE 2025? Yeah, bro, easy. Bro, I'm gonna be farming videos this month, bro. Thoughts on Jade Cargill's legs? Probably amazing. Bro, I'm gonna be farming videos this month like crazy, bro. It's December. Like, what do you think? You're gonna be uploading a lot. What do you think about the YS6 versus MFT feud? No opinion because I don't watch SmackDown at the moment. Gunther should have been his WrestleMania opponent. A proper feud between them could have been like the Umaga or Rusev feuds. John Cena versus Ric Flair once in a lifetime. Nah, I want to watch John Cena versus Chris Benoit. Hey, man, I'm a huge fan of the heel synergy. Shout out to you. Also, how do they not give Cena at least 60 dates? I don't know, honestly. Hell no, they don't need to be champs again. Would you ever form a Chicago tribute band? I don't know what that is, and no, I would not do a tribute band at all. I just feel like John Cena would have gotten injured, and then they'd have to delay the retirement. What they should have done, listen, if we're being honest, John Cena should have spent WrestleMania 41 and 42. They should have started the retirement ceremony or retirement tour in March of 2025. That would have been amazing, bro. Legitimately. Saudi Prince is going to ask for Chris Benoit to be in the Rumble. Yeah, we're good off that guy, bro. He has a good song. Have you heard about David Otunga open up against John Cena recently? So, bro. The way he talks about John Cena, it's like John Cena took him and touched him, bro. Like, legitimately. I just don't see why he didn't talk about this stuff a year ago, 2 years ago. It's not exactly something you act. It's not exactly something you open up as if it's some huge revelation. You know what I mean? It's not like, listen, I read a lot of stories and see a lot of stories of something happened to them, like Diddy stuff. They obviously open up years later when they're confident or something like that. With this, it's like, it's not exactly that big of a deal the way he makes it out to be. Like, I've heard stories of John Cena being mad about people. It's not a big deal. And plus, the way David Otunga wrestles, it's not exactly like we missed much, honestly, you know? He has a great song, though, but unfortunately, when people remember your song more than you, yeah, you're cooked. Like, listen, do people talk about Christian's theme song a lot? Yes, but Christian has a great career to back it up. Alex Riley, on the other hand, he's like David Otunga. Anytime you talk about him, they get to the theme song first thing. Every time. Do not be like that if you're a wrestler. I'm low-key so happy about my John Cena Chain Gang Soldier shirt on WWE Shop low-key my era. Yeah, I got a hustle, loyalty, respect one. The problem is, bro, they're ripping off people $40, bro. $40 for the stupid fanatics. Michael Rubin made that. Michael Rubin administrated that quality of shirts. Why would I buy that? If they push it down to 20, I'm in. Definitely. But fanatics, bro, rip off. Gunnar versus John Cena. I can't lie, for John Cena's final match, I'm not feeling it. I'll tell you why you're not feeling it. You're not feeling it because they didn't make it feel as big as possible. Simple as that. If John Cena's final match was at WrestleMania, if he had some crazy build, all that stuff, people would give a damn even if his opponent was David Otunga. You know? But it's in December. It's like Royal Rumble's coming up. It's just stupid. Like, I honestly think he should have ended it at WrestleMania 42, and it didn't have to be the main event. You know, Flair did a main event. Savage did a main event, WrestleMania 7. Yeah, that makes sense. Is a John Cena Hero one of the biggest fumbles? Yes. I feel like they just didn't maximize it. And because John Cena's a good soldier, he didn't put as much input as he should have. All it comes down to is Cena's input. Like, I think if Cena said, we should do this, the retirement run as a whole would have been different. But instead, we got 2 R-Truth matches, Logan Paul matches. And listen, I know Logan Paul's going to be a Cena opponent, but he was involved in like 2 or 3 matches of his. Gunther doesn't need it, plain and simple. Gunther is great, but he doesn't need this match. He's already that guy. All right, I'm going to reverse that. The problem is with the guys that need it, they might not push them in the future. For example, if Carmelo Hayes is the guy to face John Cena in this final match, I expect Carmelo Hayes to face nobody less than someone like Seth Rollins at WrestleMania. And they're not going to do that. With Gunther, there's a chance he faces Brock at WrestleMania and all these guys. But like, when I look back to the great retirement matches, Flair, HBK, they had a legendary opponent. So I don't really mind if it's an established talent that takes it. He's going to come out to the Thuganomics theme. He's going to come out to every theme song in his album. If The Rock had stayed committed, Cena's hero run should have lasted until Survivor Series. Bro, listen, I'm going to tell you guys something. The Rock is not to blame for this John Cena hero run. You know who is to blame? Triple H. WWE's on fire. This is what we do. He sits down, bro. Every post show, he used to sit down. There was some surprise return. You know, he spams the return button, the surprise button, you know, cinema. He's there. He's all ears. But when you tell him why John Cena's heel run failed, he'll probably be like, well, it's just bad circumstances, mistimings, blah, blah, blah. It's his fault. It's not The Rock's fault. The Rock did show up, but they didn't connect the story afterwards. Afterwards, if they said John Cena's doing this, they explain it simply. If they explain it as if John Cena wanted to side with The Rock and just push him away while doing the story, it will make sense. But John Cena sided with The Rock, and they didn't mention him after that moment, which is weird. It's just bizarre. I feel like the mistake they did is not acknowledging The Rock's presence after Elimination Chamber, and that's what ruins the first part of the heel turn. Heel Cena in his final year with limited dates is just inherently a bad idea. Yeah, bro. Exactly. Will Braun take the title from Punk? Yes, but they're probably going to drag it. They said January 5th is the episode. He's going to challenge him for the title, but is he going to win? I don't know. I feel like that any time they do that match, Braun Breaker has to win. Very vital, very important, blah, blah, blah. You guys get it, you know? They can low-key make Gunther look strong by taking an L. Cena should go over and they can have a classic. Listen, I'm just hoping they have a great match and something to remember. Simple as that. I don't care who his opponent is. I understand what people say about it, and even I have my doubts about it, but as long as it's memorable and something we could talk about years from now, as opposed to Gunther versus Goldberg, which was a solid match, but if it's something like that, it'll be very disappointing. I think it's time for Triple H to give up his creative role in WWE. I'm not gonna lie, bro. I'm kind of scared if he took it. How do you love British Bulldog? Kind of. I like his work in ring. He's kind of crazy outside the ring. He's all pilled up. Some stuff with his wife, apparently. Nah. I'm fucked. Then Bret Hart has to carry him. You think Braun Breaker's gonna win the Rumble? He's rumored to win either him or Roman, from what I've heard. We'll see. I don't know what WWE's gonna do, because they might throw curveballs. You know, that's what they've been doing recently. We'll see. I'm gonna skip that John Cena match, just watch his entrance in the aftermath. Now, you should watch the match, buddy. It's John Cena's last match. Last. Not his first, not his 17th, his last match. And I just hope it's a proper retirement match. The WWE and AEW fumble a resurgence of popularity in wrestling this year. I'm going to tell you this. I think the popularity and resurgence is overrated like crazy. I do think WWE's gotten more popular, and wrestling's gotten more popular in the last 3 years, but it's very overrated to the point where it's like, you kind of look at it and think it's ridiculous, because they're like, wrestling's never been this popular. It's like, bro, we see with our own eyes. People still think wrestling's stupid. But yeah, I think they did fumble it a bit, especially the WWE. They just, man, that John Cena heel turn should have been cinema, honestly. It should have been like a film, something very memorable. But if it was Triple H's retirement tour, it would be a different story, right? You know, Triple H would come out, do his 20,000 minute entrance, spitting all that stuff. He would have a proper retirement tour. But because it's John Cena and it's not one of his buddies, it's not good. Yeah, they botched it, bro. Let's be honest with ourselves. I hope WrestleMania 42 main event is just a good old-fashioned wrestling match. No interference, no overlooking, just two of the best guys fighting. Yes. Wholeheartedly agreed. Bro, listen. I'm going to tell you guys something. When it comes to the main event of WrestleMania, me personally, I don't need to see theatrics, the dramas within the match. Simple as that. One thing I really loved about Roman versus Cody at WrestleMania 39, before the drama, it was just two guys fighting, and it felt magical. It was such a wonderful match. I still glaze that match, but I haven't watched it since the day it happened. I remember being so stunned when Roman beat Cody. I was like, damn, they actually did that? I was like shocked. Are you excited about Adam Blampied coming back again this year? How come the sniffing's back again? That should be a wrestling theme. What are you talking about? I'm not, bro, my nose is not runny at all. I don't know, good for him, he's back. I don't really watch him. I used to watch him when I was younger. But then, bro, I actually used to watch Adam Blampied like in 2016, where he talks, this is how the WWE should have booked the Nexus. Then he talks, blah, blah, blah. Then I end the video, I go watch someone like Jake Paul. Yeah, I used to watch the Paul brothers a lot, honestly. But yeah, YouTube was better back then. I liked when What Culture was actually fresh and like, it's not the same now. How would you book heel Cody? I'm not the guy to ask. I think he should sell his soul to The Rock, but I don't know if Rock will be around. I do think they should make Cody more of a fraud as time goes on, to the point where it's like he doesn't really need a heel turn low key. I kind of wish for that. Like, he doesn't need a straight up heel turn. He just transitions slowly. What's your thoughts on this young star Kendall Gray in NXT? I actually don't really know much about her because I don't watch NXT at the moment. I have read about her, but I can't really give you an opinion, honestly. You know, I'm gonna be like, amazing. Like, I don't really know. Gunther's technically not retiring. Cena's just Cena's final opponent. As you don't see Cena's final match, yeah. Peak YouTube was Prime Smash. Yeah, I used to watch, bro, peak YouTube for me is 2016 to 2018. Did you know that tomorrow's the 45th anniversary of John Lennon's death? Do you love John Lennon too? Mega talented. I don't really listen to the Beatles or John Lennon. Never did, but I know their impact in history, and I read about them. I also read about his death. It's kind of messed up. But like I said, peak YouTube was good. It's just wrestling YouTube was kind of weak at the time. I'm not going to lie. Like, What Culture was good and certain other pages, but wrestling YouTube wasn't up to par compared to the rest of them. John Cena really destroyed the Nexus, and worst of all, WWE gave us a faction for the Big Show to destroy the core. Who gives a fuck about the core? They have more theme song changes than anyone, bro. I'll be your and bro. Get out of here. Saudis want Umaga versus Yokozuna for WrestleMania. Bro, they think they could resurrect people from the dead, bro? Like, all that money, they think they could do whatever they want. Bro, money means something, but as time goes on, it means nothing. Cody versus Randy should happen at WrestleMania. If Randy Orton becomes crazy, like 09 level or 2020, then yes. But if it's not, keep it until later on. And that's the problem. Low-key, if we're being honest with ourselves, Randy Orton and Cody Rhodes should have feuded last year. If anything, they should have feuded at this year's WrestleMania. What's up, Wrestling World? What up, King Ace? Haven't seen you in a while. Cody can be a good heel. Look at his New Japan Pro Wrestling run in his feud against Ken. Yeah, bro. I'm well aware of his heel runs. He's a good douche. The blonde hair, the tattoo on the neck. He didn't have the tattoo on the neck during that time, but everything about him is kind of heelish, if you get what I mean. Thoughts on Marky D Hall of Pain video? I never watched it, but I'm sure he did a good job of it. Hey, yo, what up, fam? RVJ, shout out to you. I mean, I liked my Hall of Pain video. I was glazing like crazy, bro. The Royal Rumble is going to end with Ric Flair eliminating the best in the world, Shane McMahon. Did you know that Dakota Kai is going to AEW? Her name is going to be Charlie, or do you love No DQ Call too? I don't know what No DQ Call is. Are you talking about the cause.ws website from back in the day? Cody needs to bring back the mustache, bro. Listen, he's going to be a great heel in the future, but I want them to do it properly. Because this is the thing with WWE and that Triple H, bro. That Triple H guy. He throws cinema and moments in there for the sake of it to hide his weak booking. He plays it too safe at times, and then when he goes off the deep end with the surprise moments, it's ridiculous. I remember, last year I thought to myself, Triple H, he's not so bad, but he's too safe. So what does this guy do? He puts Jey Uso in the Rumble and has him win. Jey Uso, bro. This guy made Gunther tap. He killed his reputation. Listen, Gunther's reputation is not killed with me. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. His reputation's not killed with me. But with a lot of other people I've been seeing, his reputation's in the toilet, bro. It's cooked. This guy tapped out to a sleeper from Jey Uso. Jey Uso, bro. 4 words, 1 letter. 4 moves, no, bro. His spear sucks. His sleeper sucks. His moves suck. He's boring, bro. In ring. Like, Jey Uso was better 3 years ago. Not gonna lie to you guys. Jey Uso was better 3 years ago. Now, he's just going through the motions. He's hitting these headbutt, whatever the hell it is, instead of spears. I just don't understand it. Cody Rhodes looked like a Freddie Mercury ripoff with a mustache. Travis Scott weighs 240 pounds now. Good for him. Yeah, I saw what David Otunga said. What has been your favorite video that you made from this year premiere? So many great ones. All right, let me see. I'll tell you guys right now. Let's look at the list of videos. I have one in mind, but I can't guarantee it's that one. All right, my favorite video this year. Let me see this. Guys, I'm not gonna lie to you guys. It was the WrestleMania 22 video. That video was, oh my god. Rikishi's entered the chat. What, are you gonna complain about your son? Why don't you ever talk about Jimmy Uso, huh? WWE gonna bring back Jericho and forget about it immediately. Bro, they're gonna do the surprise moments. WWE cares more about boosting their TikTok numbers and creating viral moments over telling compelling stories. Exactly, bro. Listen. I know WWE is a company full of moments in the history and all that stuff, but the issue is they just throw them on there in a weird way recently. Like, it's more TikTok-like. You listen to Undertaker's podcast? No, because I would have to hear Michelle McCool yapping with him and everyone boos her. Everyone's always talking trash about it in the comments. Apparently got rid of his old host. I don't really know the lore, but that's a whole different story on Wrestling YouTube. He got rid of his old host, a friend of his. They brought in Michelle McCool, and it's just weird. People switching up on Gunther now. Yeah, I kind of saw that. Been dealing with health issues. Wish you the best, King Ace. He's called Main Event Jey Uso because that's the show he belongs on. Saturday morning slant. Yeah. Watch some AEW. I actually do. What's it called? Jay is an entrance merchant, plain and simple. Yes. Have you ever watched Wrestling Boston, Wrestling World Great? Yes. I just don't watch a lot of wrestling YouTube now. I don't even watch much on YouTube as it is, to be honest with you guys. There's not much on YouTube, and I don't know. Booker T TNA video win. I actually don't know. I'm not sure at the moment. Is that video you guys would really want? Because if so, well, maybe. There's some videos in mind, but I can't exactly talk about them right now because I actually have to create them. One of the most iconic voices of WWE YouTube. Shout out to you, Tyler. But like I said, top 3 most peak spears. Edge 1, Roman 2, Batista 3, and Bobby 4. Bro, get Edge out of that fucking list, bro. Put Rhino in there, the gore. Bring back Saturday Morning Slam, make Jey Uso the champion every week. Bro, they should bring back Heat and put him as the top guy. Finlay in WWE actually had... Yeah, you're kind of weird, bro. I went on my old laptop. I found my old files. I found something I wrote about the gold standard Shelton Benjamin and Finlay. I actually have to finish writing them down, but those videos are in mind. Been waiting since 2020, damn. Should AJ Styles win the title next year? I would hope so, but they'll probably botch it. When is another WCW video coming? I got one on DDP 99. His title reigns. And his title reigns altogether. You know, because there's other videos of WCW I want to do, but we'll see. There's just a lot of videos in mind. Goldberg has the best spear, it's not even close. He has the best spear because it's real, bro. Bro, they suffer whiplash when they take the spear. You know, it comes in, it's like, he goes, and then they come in like this. It's just crazy, bro. And listen, it's unsafe, but I can't say it doesn't excite me. I hate to say it, but I have to be honest with you guys. You know, I can't be lying for the sake of it and be like, his spear sucks. No, his spear's awesome. His spear is dangerous. I'm not going to lie to you guys and say it isn't, but it's awesome in some moments. Who do you got winning the Women's Royal Rumble? I actually didn't think about that, to be honest. That's the thing. I didn't think about it recently because the big matches I always hear about, like Io versus Rhea Ripley, they don't need a title. Maybe Bianca does win. Who knows? I don't know. They could do Bianca and Jade Cargill. We'll see. The Stephanie Vaquera match, we'll see. They're going to butcher AJ's last year. Just watch. Same with Jericho if the rumors of his retirement are correct. Yeah, bro. Yeah, it's TikTok stuff. But if it was Triple H's retirement tour, there wouldn't be an issue. You think WCW 2000 is the worst year for wrestling? Yes. And if Vince Russo actually got barred from talking or even involving himself in professional wrestling because of WCW 2000, I wouldn't think it's unjust. Obviously, he could talk, you know, whatever. But that year is so bad because there was a lot of title changes. There was a lot of misdirection with WCW as a whole. And people, they don't understand how bad it is. I feel like they underestimate just how bad it is. Is a lot of it entertaining? Yes, but they just can't streamline a proper show during that year. I never understood it. It really got out of hand. Imagine, bro. We do this. We put Booker T as the champion, which is a good thing. Then we have him lose the title. This is how he talks, right? He does these like hot potato things. And he does it so much that it devalues a belt. WCW in 2000 had 25 different champions. Many heel turns and face turns and swerves, bro. And when I look at WCW 2000, I'm like, he actually found a way to kill the company. Really, 2000 should have been a bounce back. It's unfortunate, you know, but such is life. Maybe AEW, maybe TNA. Well, actually, TNA didn't learn the lesson, but they'll learn from it. China's going to come back from the dead and win the Rumble. You think Cena versus Roman should have happened this year? I actually think there's a case to make it Cena's final match. And listen, I'm kind of glazing, but if Cena faces Roman Reigns in his final match, it's almost guaranteed to be a memorable one in the history books. It'll be memorable regardless because it's Cena's last match, but I think that will make it stand out. It is what it is. Thoughts on Chris Jericho being built like a bag of milk? Bro, he's probably working hard and probably injecting himself some crazy roids right now as we speak. Bret Hart just made some recent comments. It was a long video where he's interviewed. I watched it. Yes, I watched it. WCW 2000 is damn near like SVR 2008 24/7 mode. Bro, it's like a video game. Bro. You know how many guys got pushed, de-pushed, pushes canceled, Bro, I'll tell you my least favorite thing about Vince Russo. He has to remind you that wrestling's fake. He does these shoe things. Like, why is Goldberg refusing to lose a match? I thought wrestling's real. And the commercial, the man who doesn't follow the script, Bill Goldberg. What are we doing, bro? But yeah, he had the golden year, you know, with Vince McMahon, Jim Cornette, and all those guys, and he still lives off it. You know, it is what it is. WWE's been ass since Randy Orton's been off TV. Once Randy comes back and wins the WWE Championship, WWE will cook again. How come Bret Hart is always bitter and hates everyone? Bro, he's gone through a lot in his life, and Ed today is very blunt. Do I think he's trolling sometimes? Yes, but he also thinks very highly of himself. You know, like that's the thing about it. Bret Hart always speaks about himself like he's the main character. I remember just the other day, I watched the interview you guys were mentioning. He spoke about WrestleMania 13, and he's like, he did 95% of the work with Stone Cold only doing 5. Like, I'm certain Bret Hart did like 70, but bro, 95? Thoughts on Vince Russo being a juggalo? No comment, because I don't watch JCW. I hear people talking about like it's the best thing, and I don't know if it is. I feel like, are you gonna watch it? No, to be honest, like, I don't really, like, on my off time, I do watch some wrestling, but I don't like live in it, because I make videos on it. I just don't feel like burnt out from it. Because if I get burnt out from wrestling, I will not post on here. That is not a good thing. You should talk about the brawl for all with Jim Cornette. Bro, Jim Cornette will probably call me a mark. Hey, what's premature wrestling doing the Impact Zone? Yeah, they'll probably call me that. Mercedes Moné is basing her entire career on WWE 12's road to WrestleMania. She just lost the belt yesterday, right? Or 2 days ago. One of them. Men's War Game was a joke because Roman and Brock did nothing. Brock should have been more of a beast. Bro, it's just, once War Games officially began, it got boring. Bret Hart's best friend is Goldberg, yes. Both War Games were mad disappointing. Blood and Guts was a better show. Easy, easy. Simple. Blood and Guts actually fulfilled its potential, whereas War Games was just to do a show. Oh, it's November 29th. We have to do Survivor Series. Here it is. As opposed to being super excited and super interested into making a show. And that's the thing about it, bro. WWE needs to put in some passion. I know the wrestlers are passionate, right? But the creative, they don't really want to put in the effort to where it's like, we assure you guys, we're going to put on the best possible product. That kind of thing. War Games was filler, indeed. Mercedes Moné was crashing out on social media. Didn't see it. Brock Lesnar going to look weird when he gets off the juice. Probably. Bro, he's probably on some crazy stuff. He's also cursed, bro. Ever since he left because of the whole Jano Grant thing, Brock Pisner, here comes the piss. He's been cursed. He's cursed. He's cooked. He's slipping. Horrible matches at times. It's not looking good for him. I don't even know how that case, they're probably going to push it under the table, bro. I don't even know how it's going to go. They're going to push it under the table, and Vince McMahon's going to come back. He's like, I'm here. I love Melina. Who doesn't, bro? Melina's goated. Easily. Becky Lynch and War Games, bro. War Games became Hell in a Cell 0922. Bro, where's the Elimination Survivor Series match? It's tradition. You think wrestlers are still on the juice? Yes, bro. It's the only way you can get noticed. Still. Like, bro, AJ Styles, Randy Orton, these guys may or may not be on the juice themselves. And then, bro, if they pressure someone like Javon Evans to get on the juice, they might have to. It's just how wrestling is, unfortunately. I'm super looking forward to Oba versus Cody. If Oba wins, I'm assuming Drew will be the reason why. But I'm begging them to have a KO versus Cena at Money in the Bank moments, just champion versus champion. We'll see. Brock is easily overrated. He ain't doing too well recently. This whole WWE year has been extremely bipolar. At some points, I think Vince Beck is back in power. Listen, I'm going to ask you guys a question. You guys are going to answer. Do you guys think Vince McMahon will be back in the WWE in some capacity? And the reason why I'm saying that is because I believe that. I believe whether it's 1 or 2 years from now, whether it's on camera or off camera, he'll be back there in some capacity. Like, I know TKO, you know, they're doing the PR stuff, bro. TKO sometimes doesn't care, you know? TKO at times does not give a damn about stuff. So I expect him back within the next 2 years. It doesn't have to be in a position of creative, but in some ways, you know? Brock probably injects himself with adrenaline straight from Rhinos Johnson. Could have said Batista, bro. I think a select few wrestlers take PEDs, but not really straight off roids. Jordan Grace is definitely on trend, though. That's still out of my pay grade, to be honest. Obviously, you can't just be like, obviously in that line of work, you can't just be natural, like full on. You're kind of encouraged to be on some sort of enhancements, you know? Becky's been on fire this year. Nick Diaz said it best, everyone's on steroids. Nick and Nate Diaz do not give a damn about anything. No, TKO doesn't want him involved, they already said. If God doesn't take him, then who is? Bro, you want a Kirk situation? I do think maybe No Way Out could work at War Games, but not Survivor Series. Blue Tista video win. I already made one 3 years ago. We got ideas, you know. We got plenty of ideas. It's just a matter of actually doing them. You know what I mean? And that's the issue as it relates to this stuff. Like, I wish I could upload every day, but you need a certain quality and certain like topics to do, and those take time. Like one of my next videos, I want to do a year video, right? I'm gonna do WWE 2025. That's the easy one. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. It's a very easy one. But this video, and by the way, I'm gonna fix the I in the letters. This video is kind of hard to do. WWE in 2010. This one requires a lot of focus and a lot of time, and we'll get it done, but you know, we'll see. Are you gonna remake the Every Cena Sure video from like 2019? Probably. I'm not sure. You can't tell me people like Kofi Kingston, Shinsuke Nakamura, and The Miz are on roids. Kofi Kingston, probably not. I'm just like, I just feel like if you want to push and all that stuff, it's like, hey, we're not telling you to. I watched the Stevie Richards video, right? And he was talking about this. Obviously, it's the 2000s and all that stuff, but he was basically saying that management wouldn't recommend you do it, but they wouldn't criticize you if you do it. And obviously, it would help you a lot. Eddie Guerrero and Chris Benoit, they had plenty of injections in them, and for Eddie, it killed him. You know? One thing I'll never understand is why would you not contact Edge for this retirement tour? They could have easily done a handshake deal for him. I know he's in his 50s, but man, come on. Ego, bro. Did you know that Chris Benoit's an older son, David Benoit? Did you ever watch The Dark Side of the Ring of him and sniffing times back? Yeah, bro, I'm not sniffling, bro. I'm not sniffling. It's because I'm probably yapping or something, but I did watch The Dark Side of the Ring episode like 5 years ago. Ever since then, I just don't like talking about Chris Benoit. If you're like, why? Well, everyone on YouTube talks about that incident. It's just like, number one, well, what are we going to add? And number two, I don't want to hear about Nancy Benoit unless we're talking about her ECW and WCW runs. But listen, if you guys want to get easy views, just make a Chris Benoit video. There's millions of them out there, but if you do one, it won't be an issue. My buddy who just got back into wrestling thinks Bronson Reed is the Big Show. I'm just going to let him believe that. How, bro? How did Big Show change ethnicities and race? Who's a better wrestler, Shane McMahon or Jey Uso? Honestly, Jey Uso. Shane McMahon can't punch for his life, bro. He always does this freaking MMA thing. He's like, he's hard. He's like, it looks corny, bro. It's horrible. Jey Uso. Oh, God, WWE 2010 is a horrible time period. Yes, but we'll actually talk about it from a fair point of view. We'll give our opinions, obviously. You guys know my videos. But we got to talk about it objectively and straight up. TKO took what was a clean slate to a new era full of possibilities and brought it to tell Triple K we give that grace to young bookers. Bro, Hail Hitler Helmsley is what I made that name up. Yeah. We need to give him Ye's song, the Kanye song that he made like a couple of months ago. It really sucks. So I've been Eddie Guerrero. Would you ever make a video of his final year in WWE? I would, but I talked about a lot of his topics in another video. That's why I never did it. Like, I actually thought about that. That's why I never did it. Like, I would love to make some certain videos. I already made them already, some parts of them. But I do know what the big December video is. Just want to mention that we know what the big December video is. Premier, have you heard of Juggalo Championship Wrestling? I highly recommend. Yes, I did. Okay. I did hear about it. But yeah, wrestlers, some of them do take the juice, all that stuff, and it's more, I don't know, bro. Like, I see roids more than usual now, even outside of wrestling. Mindhuntler. Bro, the other day, I was making a video, right? I called Mankind Minecraft or something like that. It sounded like the Hitler book, and I'm like, bro, I gotta edit this out. Kurt versus Shane and Test versus Shane are better matches than anything Jay has done. Kurt versus Shane is one of the best WWE matches of all time, bro. That match is incredible. I love that match. Like, I'm 9 out of 10. One of the best matches I've ever watched. Angle was crazy. Shane's trying to beat him up. He has heart, all that stuff. It was funny. Did you watch the recent video where Maven had Mr. Kennedy on? No. I do watch some of them. Oh, no. Yeah, you gotta be careful sometimes, bro. You know? I was like, what am I saying? Like, I messed it up because when I'm talking, like, listen, when I record a video, I mess up the words. A video's recording is 29 minutes, right? After I edit it, it's 22. Right? And so I messed up a lot. And I'm yapping. And Mankind, I said it like that. It sounded weird. Mr. Kennedy definitely took the juice. He got very slim in 2009. Yeah, a lot of those wrestlers do. Bruh. Every time I go on Twitter now, people are talking about roids. Like, I'm not taking roids. Like, this looks maxing stuff's OD. Listen. If you do a soft max, it's better than freaking hard max. Like, I see these people, bro, they tell you to inject roids. I'm not taking roids or sniffing cocaine, bro, to get a slimmer look. Like, yes, does the jawline need some work? Most definitely. But I'm not taking this stuff to do it. Like, I see too much cocaine. I see too much nonsense on the internet. The Triple H versus Booker T promo from 2003 was subtle foreshadowing for the... Bro, that feud is so messed up. And you know why they did that feud? Because they wasted RVD months ago. If they gave Triple H's first challenger to be someone else, RVD could have been saved for WrestleMania and they could have built him up. But they had to do the Booker T thing, and right when they were going to have... And right there when they were going to have Booker T win, Goldberg signs. It got messed up. TKO was going to get Andrew Tate to wrestle WrestleMania within the next 5 years. Oh, hell no. AEW's like a shitty ass promotion like... nah, bro. Like, you might not have to like them, but they got some good stuff. You know, not everything is good, but still. But with regards to the Andrew Tate thing, he's going to come in and it's cooked. He's fighting this guy on Misfits, and they did... Bruh, I was going to release this video on my second channel, right? I just canceled it because time passed. Bruh, KSI is doing this fake storyline where Andrew Tate's the owner, right? Andrew Tate's the owner of the Misfits promotion. He bought it, and he's like, what's going on? I'm outraged. Some stupid stuff like that. And they're doing this WWE thing to drive interest into Andrew Tate's fight. Now, is Andrew Tate going to beat that guy? Yes, but they're probably setting up Tate versus KSI, and they're doing the WWE nonsense. It's so stupid. Don't see AEW lasting the next 10 years, honestly. I don't know, man. The thing is with Tony, he's got cash. He's got a lot of cash, and he's not going to let this go easily. They have to maintain a strong position because Netflix, they just purchased Warner Bros. So who knows how things will go. It's just, I don't know. Wrestlers don't use cocaine anymore, yes. Gail Kim was being booed at GCW. Bro, I'm not booing Gail Kim. I'm not booing Gail Kim, bro. I don't care. Like, I know what she said about Riho and all that stuff, but, bro, we're not... Like, she thinks like the traditional wrestlers, bro. I heard Netflix bought Warner, yes. I heard Joey Janela was involved with the Sabu situation. I forgot. That's an old thing, bro. I don't remember that. I feel like I know what you're talking about, the Joey Janela thing, but it's old. Can you sing Mr. Kenny's theme song? I turn up the trouble and it gets real loud. I feel so much better than them. That's all you're going to get, bro. That's it. I don't know if you saw the fight between Yan and Marabu. Dude, what a fight. Bro, I was actually shocked at the result. But yeah, yesterday's card was a sleeper card, apparently. AEW is arguably better than WWE right now, for being honest. Both are far from the heights they've seen the last couple of years. Yeah, that's the thing about it. Listen, do I think AEW is better in their vision? Yes. But a lot of people always over-exaggerate AEW. They're like, they're on fire right now. It's like, no, they're not. No, they're not. I know real fire when I see. And it was when Bryan Danielson came in. It was when CM Punk came in. And it was when, during that era where it felt like anything could happen on Dynamite. JCW booed Gail Kim. JCW doesn't understand Gail Kim. GCW is a modern ECW. Wasn't born yet when the ECW was around. Yeah, kind of. That's the thing about it, bro. GCW is its own thing. It's its whole other world, and it's like, yeah. Someone send me something. That's a random like. I'm not gonna lie. Jon Moxley's 40, bro. Bro, I don't want to see Andrew Schultz, bro. Bro, listen. I'm gonna tell you guys something. Andrew Schultz has go-away heat with me. I don't want to hear him or Akash, his best friend, the guy in the host who got cucked by his girl. She's like, I love all... I don't want to talk about that, but I don't want to see Andrew Schultz, but I read up that WWE wants to promote him more. I'm like, bro, what is this? Don't blame Joey for the Sabu situation. He literally came out how he came is the rest up to Sabu. I read about that a while ago. It's a bit old, but I had to see it. At least the main event was better than JDM versus Islam. Also felt bad for Pantoja. Bro, the JDM and Islam match, Jack Della Maddalena, that match was a pure shutdown, bro. He just cooked him. He shut him down. And it felt like he had this defeated look. And his trainer's like, don't give up now. All this stuff. And it's like, bro, he's fighting like this wrestling machine. What is he going to do about it? And when I was watching, I'm like, damn, no matter what he does, he's cooked. Can you do a video on Raven? Yes. AEW's average, WWE's inconsistently mid-bad. There's no place for traditional wrestling fans who aren't WWE slaves. Yeah, bro. The problem is a lot of people tend to. Nah, I got no comment. I was gonna yap about some nonsense. MJF versus CM Punk got me back into wrestling after WrestleMania 34, made me stop watching. Nice. Hulk Hogan's the most shocking death of this year. It was shocking. Did you cry at all when Hulk Hogan died? No, because I'm not related to him. With Hulk Hogan, I did feel a bit shocked. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. Like, yeah, Hogan's done some stuff, but at the same time, I thought to my childhood, I'm like, bro, I loved Hulk Hogan as a kid. I had his toy, and he's a big part of wrestling history. Do I still think of certain things he did? Yes, but at the same time, I'm like, damn, Hulk Hogan died. Will Ospreay should main event the next All In Facts. But that was a shocking death. Who else died this year? I didn't watch Survivor Series. It was pay $30 for a garbage. Do not pay $30, Chris. Do not pay $30 for the WWE. Even if it's WrestleMania. Get a VPN, you'll be good. JDM was out of it after the second round. You could tell Islam is a different animal. Same with Kazma. Yeah, bro. That fight, listen, I thought UFC last month had the best pay-per-view. Better than WWE's this year. Honestly. I thought that UFC event was better. But that fight in particular, damn. It was so humbling to watch. Like those Dagestan guys, no one could stop them. And the thing is, they're like, oh, they cheat. It's like, bro, wrestling's a part of mixed martial arts. Easy. Wrestling's a part of mixed martial arts. I don't blame them for being the wrestlers that they are. Bill Mercer and Bob Cole were my favorite wrestling announcers in the 1970s and 80s. Damn. Did you watch the recent comments that Ric Flair made about Hulk Hogan's death and you loved Doink the Clown? I don't really think much of Doink the Clown, but I did see what Flair thinks. The death, apparently he got some drugs or something. I don't know if that's true. If it is, it's kind of sad. I'm not gonna lie. But why is he talking about this stuff outside? You know? Like, why is he speaking about this stuff outside? I just don't think, like, if he's a family friend of Hulk Hogan's, which he is, I don't know why he's talking about this information outside. I know, but nobody trying to watch all that wrestling. Okay? I'm old school wrestling, like Mid-South Wrestling, UWF, and World Class Championship Wrestling. Yeah, you're old. And Jim Crockett Promotion, NWA in the 1980s or early 90s. What do you think about early 90s WCW? Let's talk about Jericho, how Jericho is watering down his career in AEW, and I feel like he would be a perfect fit in the John Cena Farewell Tour. Low-key, he would be. I don't think he could beat John Cena's last match, but Jericho, I'll give you the names. Jericho, Batista, JBL, Kurt Angle, and the Big Show. Those guys are important in John Cena's rise. You could add Edge in there, but he's the obvious, you know? The Dagestanis run the UFC, no doubt. That's why it's so hard to beat them. I feel like in order to beat them, you have to beat them at their own game. Listen, I'm going to tell you this. Someone's going to beat them. Every year, there comes somebody new. You know, remember Anderson Silva? Remember Matt Hugh? Remember George St. Pierre? A lot of these guys do fall, you know? And the fighters will adapt. I just think it's only a matter of time. Maybe 3 years, maybe 4 years, but they're going to adapt eventually. X-Pac and Tori were my favorite pair in the Attitude Era, okay? You remember that fat guy that said it's still real to me, damn, and then cried like hell? Yes. It's still real to me, damn it. That was so funny. But like I was saying, what were you yapping about? Hold on, give me a moment. Harry Orgo died due to complications, throat, the liver action, and villain of Shang Tsung. Okay. We're coughing. Jordan's gonna be like, you're coughing right now instead of sniffling. Right? Tom Zenk and the Z-Man and Flying Blind Pillman were my favorite tag teams of the early 90s. Okay? Can you make a video on that? It's still real to me? That's a YouTube short. The dynamic duo Chris Adams and Gino Hernandez and the Rock and Roll Express were my favorite tags. Yeah, you're tapped in. Chris Adams, Gino Hernandez. Yeah, those are some classic names. Rock and Roll Express. How are you going to feel John Cena retiring this Saturday, or will it be a wait-and-see approach? I mean, it's unfortunate, but at the end of the day, you know, it's it. You know? If you're like, why? At the end of the day, the wheel keeps on spinning. Like, yes, we're going to talk about John Cena. And listen, John Cena, he always says they're going to forget about him, but they still complain about Austin and Rock to this very day. The star power of Austin and Rock. They still talk about him today. So what makes them think they're going to forget about him in a month? They're not. They're just not. I remember that when Michigan beat Ohio State for the first time in like a decade, I felt the same way. Relief. He's got a bicycle. Demolition was my favorite tag team in the early 90s until Legion of Doom came in. Legion and Doom Road Warriors are top 5. Easily. Like I said with John Cena. At the end of the day, as much as I would want for him to stay around, it is what it is, you know? Like, listen, as a kid, it would have been weird to imagine a WWE without John Cena, but I got to learn about it after his injury in 07. Like, I remember as a kid, when John Cena got injured, I still watched wrestling. Like, I was still on it. It did feel weird without John Cena, but still, like, I was still watching, you know, Batista, Edge, Undertaker, HBK returned, Jericho. So, like, I was still around. What are your favorite wrestling theme songs to sing? Do you love Jason Sensation? Jason Sensation does a good Owen Hart impression, bro. He just, best. But theme songs, I don't know, Maria's song. We're going to complain about the star power in a few years, just watch. Of course, bro. Easily. Bro, 3 years from now, these guys aren't as good as John Cena. What's your favorite pro wrestling meme? Low-key the Randy Orton one, because I remember he liked my tweet in 2014. I'm like, damn. So that's why it's my favorite. The John Cena one, I kind of like it, but now it's just annoying. I hate You Can't See Me. Like, the You Can't See Me one's so stupid. I just don't like it. You can't see him. Like, bro, I'm not laughing at that anymore, bro. I'm good off that. He's not here. What's good, just start? What up, Ahmed Yusuf? Shout out to you. Welcome to the stream. I've been here for 50 minutes yapping. We're gonna have to go on Twitter and some stuff. But we're good yapping, you know. We're good yapping right now about some stuff. Definitely Demolition should have stayed babyface and Legion of Doom would have been heels. Nice. I'm old school wrestling. Today's wrestling's full of shit. What do you think about the selling today? That's what I want to ask you. You watched all the classic wrestling throughout the eras. It's changed. It's transformed. What do you think about today's selling in particular? It was never funny. In terms of Anderson Silva, I feel like Silva lost because of the whole showboating. I feel like he didn't lose to that Chris Weidman. Seriously, that's what messed him up. Yeah, that's all the showboating. But still, everyone falls. I just want to know that fight was in 2012. I just want to know who bet for Anderson Silva to lose. Like, surely someone had to bet against him. I infer there will be some fans that will no longer watch WWE after John Cena retiring. Same approach with Undertaker in 2020. We'll see. Still remember when I watched the Chris Benoit tribute show and thought Vince McMahon really died, and then my mouth dropped when I saw him on TV. Bro, I remember that episode. They did a whole tribute show for Benoit. Then everything happened the next day. It's like, huh? He killed? Now, I don't remember actually seeing the revelation, you know, the news of him killing his family, but I remember the tribute show as a kid. So it's weird. Bean Chi thinks John Cena's best video, low-key. Did you watch I Show Speed's WWE video? I didn't watch the Randy Orton one, but, you know, I'm tapped in with what Speed does. Thoughts on Netflix buying Warner Bros? You guys heard me last week. I was talking about monopolies. You know, how there's multiple different subscriptions. Now, we got Netflix owning Warner Bros. It's crazy. My opinion on that, positive for me. A lot of the library is under one place. Negative, it's going to mean Netflix is going to charge more. They're going to put in less effort towards their products. But it's insane. And I don't know how it bodes for AEW. We'll see, but I don't know. Like, that's all I have to say. Tully Blanchard and Arn Anderson were another one of my favorites. They killed off Strikeforce Tito Santana and Rick Martel. What do you think about the British Bulldogs? John Cena's retirement is much deserved. That man's back is cooked. Look at how he walks. Yes. Full 200 dates for Cena retirement tour. Ball dropped or nah. The thing is with the retirement tour, 200 dates he would have gotten injured. Like, even, listen, LeBron James doesn't play all the games now. He's 40. What's John Cena going to do after he falls on his back every day or every 2 days? Because if it's 200 dates within a year, he's only going to be home for, it's 220. It wasn't even 200. He's going to be home for about 130 days of the year. I don't know if it's so much selling or how much moves have been devalued. No punches or gut kicks. Simple fighting moves matter anymore. Everything is a complex move. Nothing simmers. It's right to next. Yeah. Listen, I'm going to tell you that. Listen, the issue with the selling, as an old head, as a new old head, the issue with the selling is that everyone wants to look good. You know, they want to get their moves in. And because of that, you see a lot of combos. And one issue I have with professional wrestling right now as an old head, a new old head at that, is that they want to have video game combos. Listen, you can have your video game matches, but not every match on the card has to be like that. Now, yesterday I heard Jon Moxley faced Konosuke Takeshita. Apparently it was a good match. I didn't watch it. I heard there was a lot of limb work and selling, right? And I saw some people complain that they weren't hitting combos. I'm like, bro, they don't need to hit combos in matches. Now we even got UFC and Paramount Plus, at least no more $80 pay-per-views. That's a W, bro. Mega W. When do you think the Powerpuff Girls revival series is coming out? Do you remember when WWE was in South Park? No and no. I don't really know much about the Powerpuff Girl revival, honestly. You might as well ask me about the Wonder Pet revival. John Cena is screwed like LA Knight and Goldberg. John Cena can't wrestle a full-blown match anymore. Yeah, it's just too much. Bret Hitman Hart was the greatest of all time when he won the WWF World title again at WrestleMania 10 in my senior year in 1994. Bro, I love Bret Hart. Easily. I always loved Bret Hart ever since I was a kid because he was just like straightforward. He wasn't over the top. He was very grounded. And listen, that is a good thing, but it's very OD if half of the roster's like that. You get what I mean? I want to be the best. With Bret Hart, you believe it. Does he think too highly of himself? Yes. But still, Bret Hart's still one of the best. LA Knight will never be champion. I feel like he could have been the next Rock. I don't know about the next Rock, but I think there's a timeline where LA Knight may have entered a WrestleMania. That's my goat. Not gonna lie, you're right. Watching Deep South Wrestling and then watching AEW's like day and night, people are getting beat with elbow drops in the main event. I'll tell you something. Listen, the thing is with the wrestling, you can't kill yourself with every match. Now, if every match, I'm not saying every match needs to end after 4 minutes and they got to do like the chin lock in every match, but there needs to be a structure of matches instead of boom, he hit this move, 1, 2, kick out, 1, 2, kick out. I don't like that. It doesn't need to be like that. Opinions on the song Folded by Kalani. That's the most random question I saw today, bro. Tell me something else. I don't know any Kalani song except for the G-Eazy song, the Fast and Furious one. Fun fact, Bret Hart hates Goldberg. Fun fact, I have a YouTube channel. Today they're kicking out of super kicks at 1.5 in the opening match. Yes, a lot of moves are transitionary when they could be used as a finish. You guys get it, you know? Jokes aside, what's good, chat? We are here. Yes, day and night. I toss a turn. Yeah, shout out to you. Premiere react to Just Incredible on how to have a character in pro wrestling. I'll check it out probably. But yeah, I feel like wrestlers need to understand. Listen. I know wrestlers want to get pushes and they go crazy in ring, but you have to stand out. You know, it doesn't need to be video game like. The cruiserweights, I have no issue with them having video game matches. To be honest with you guys, like the smaller guys, that's their bread and butter. But with bigger guys and all that stuff, they don't need to do that. You know, like you could hit the moonsault or whatever, but you don't have to hit 5 of these. A freaking crazy move like the Burning Hammer, some OD stuff like that. Like I'm just using Burning Hammer as an example. You know, The Rock was right about Cody Rhodes not being at WrestleMania. Cody Rhodes should have turned heel instead of John Cena. I don't know how that would have went. I'm pretty sure it would have went better than Cena though. You remember the interview that Lex Luger did and he lost it backstage? Can you do an impression of Andre the Giant? No wrestling premiere. I will not side with Hulk Hogan. The WWE. I can't get it, bro. I can't get it. He has that French accent. I can't get it. But I never saw the Lex Luger interview. LOL, agree. What are you talking about, MM Kid? Plus, the cruiserweights are much more smoother and safer within the matches are much shorter. Agreed. That's the thing about it. Like the cruiserweights, you don't really watch for their characters. You watch for the matches. Like, obviously, if a core character is great, but still. John Cena won his last match in Boston, Massachusetts. However, TKO's greed chose Washington, D.C. because of money. And because the president is coming. John Cena had a great career. We're very excited to watch John Cena's final match. Wonderful guy. Bro, if he comes in, the timeline's gonna kill. It's cooked. The spamming of finishers is getting ridiculous. Agreed. That WrestleMania woman's ad is forced. People still complaining because Alexa and Stephanie isn't in the ad. You're not gonna satisfy everyone. Everyone, listen. In life, when it comes down to it, you're not gonna satisfy everyone. You guys understand that. I understand that. I understand why certain wrestlers were in that commercial. They fit the vibe, the aesthetic. I don't need to complain about Stephanie or Alexa not being in it. It's not a big deal. Wrestling really should be 70% promo work, 30% in-ring work, unless like a really high-profile match, you know. Listen, I value in-ring work. I'm going to tell you guys this straight up. I value in-ring work a lot. Half of the reason why I watch wrestling now is because, let me tell you this, half of the reason why I watch wrestling now is because of the in-ring stuff. The storylines aren't exactly compelling. The matches are better than the stories, to be honest. But even then, I kind of have issues with the matches. Everyone twerks for the current president, though. Not political, though. It is what it is. What's up, WP? I just got here. How long have you been streaming? 1 hour been yapping. Do you see Braun Breaker being CM Punk on January 5th? I hope so, because if they drag that to WrestleMania, it will probably not be a compelling match. Can you react to Thomas the Tank Engine with Jim Ross commentary? Most random thing you asked next to the Kalani question, buddy. John Moxley was a Mystery Maxi guy. Bro, that would be amazing. I'm not gonna lie. It would be amazing just to see him there, but nah, I think they would botch it. Bro, WWE, give them Prime Austin right now. You give them Prime Hogan. You give them everyone, bro. They will still botch it. Hard fucking disagree. It's called professional wrestling. I want more professional wrestling than anything else. It's the thing I look forward to the most. Bro, I just mentioned, if the wrestling was actually bad now, I wouldn't even be watching the product, to be honest. The stories aren't good. Like, I'm just not that interested in the stories. Do you think Javon Evans can truly be a big star in the future? Yes, but a lot of people are going to typecast him and put him in certain obstacles. You know what I mean? Like, for example, they're going to be like, he needs to get bigger. Say he does get bigger. They're going to be like, you need to change your style. This and that. And I feel like they're going to ruin what he is. Like, yes, I think if he becomes a main eventer, he's going to do less high flying. But I feel like they're going to change him too much to the point where it's like, it's not Javon Evans anymore. If you gave them Prime Taker, they would still have botched it. Yeah, everyone. Braun looks like his father, Rick and Scott with the Steiner bro. Yeah, of course. Who said John Cena can't wrestle a full-blown match anymore? Did you not watch his match with Cody Rhodes at SummerSlam? Yeah, but he was supposed to do 220 dates. What would your reaction be if Gunther taps out John Cena with his rear naked choke? I would be more shocked than the heel turn. Like if John Cena does this. Because listen, when was the last time John Cena tapped out? 2004. He taps out now? It'd be crazy. Literally, I've watched the product when the promos and everything was bad and there was still wrestling itself to look forward to. Take that away and there's just nothing. Listen, I'm going to tell you this. Wrestling is better than the storylines right now. If the wrestling was horrible, I would not watch the product, legitimately. The stories aren't that compelling and they've hit walls multiple times, bro. Like, they need to evolve professional wrestling. It can't just be the same thing that it is right now. Because nobody can book a decent story. When you do implement a decent story, the match, even when very simple, becomes 100% better. Same shame, that's a lost art. Yeah, you can do magic like that. Like, I think Flair and a lot of the older guys maximized that. You know, because Ric Flair, he doesn't have a lot of crazy moves or anything. Like, he doesn't have a lot of moves, but he maximizes the time in the ring. You can't have more promos and good wrestling, because if the wrestling is horrible, nobody would be interested in watching. No stories and just a bunch of moves is unwatchable. We'll see, bro. We'll see how things go in 5 years. Like, listen, I watch the matches, I like them. I just wish they'd sell more and give meaning to the moves. You know what I mean? Like, if someone hits you with a clothesline, actually sell it like a clothesline. The best era of wrestling in ring, to me, is when the closed fist was illegal. When that was a thing, I like that a lot, because you had to be creative, you know? People started using chops. Now they use chops and all that, but back then, when you take a closed fist shot, people sell like he got shot or something. You know, he's like, he's dazed and stuff like that. And the referee yells, hey, you can't do that. Just that small stuff. That stuff works. I liked AEW when CM Punk and Cody Rhodes were there. That's prime AEW. Can't wait to watch Jim Ross commentaries on Thomas the Tank Engine. Oh, yeah, you're cooked, buddy. I don't know what's on your mind. I know Thomas the Tank Engine. They did a Biggie song. They remixed it with Thomas the Tank Engine. Relax and take notes while I take notes. Under the scope. All right, I got a question for you guys. What is the wrestling match of the year? For those of you that watched WWE this year, what is match of the year for you guys? I'll give you guys mine in a moment. You mean like something like Ring of Honor and Superior Rules? I like stuff like yes. ROH in the 2000s was good. Because listen, a lot of the fans actually cared about the in-ring stuff in the way where it's like we got to preserve the tradition. You know, if someone's a spot monkey, they'd make fun of him. Yeah, it's mainly because back then people actually thought wrestling was a real fight. Yes. The in-ring product is what keep me watching. The in-ring product is what keeps me watching pro wrestling even after John Cena retires. Bandido versus Hechicero. I actually watched that match a few months ago. Wonderful match. Just want to say that. Bandido and Takeshita, I think, was slightly better. Bandido, Takeshita, they be going crazy. And like, I think that stuff's OD and all that stuff, but still, it's a great match. Cena versus Cody SummerSlam 2005. Early TNA was like a revamp of WCW if you know it. Yeah, easily. Jeff Jarrett on top. Vince Russo coming out. Stuff like that. Rhea versus Io versus Bianca, okay? The video is really funny, and Alexa, bro, I don't know what you're talking about. Cody Rhodes versus Kevin Owens Royal Rumble. Roxanne Perez and Raquel doing their finishers to Cena is the worst thing I've ever seen. Why? I don't even really care, honestly. Cena versus Cody at SummerSlam and that women's triple threat at WrestleMania. Rhea versus Io versus Bianca. Yeah, so you guys talked about certain matches here. I saw that being the women's triple threat and the Cena and Cody match. All right. For AEW, I think it's Toni Storm versus Mariah May Revolution. I think that's the match of the year. For WWE, low key, I'd give it to that women's triple threat, to be honest. Did you watch ROH Final Battle? I actually did not. Roxanne Perez is quick as a cat. Yeah, you guys love that women's triple threat in the SummerSlam thing. The Jim Ross commentaries on Thomas the Trank. All right, I'm going to see this right now. I feel like you're overhyping it. I'm not going to lie to you. I legitimately think you're overhyping it. Relax and take notes while I take some that marijuana smoke. You win a bone. Thomas Tank, Jim Ross. Let me read the chat for a moment. You guys are writing on here. Oba versus Javon versus Trick. Swerve versus Osprey for AEW. Megan Bain should be AEW Women's World Champion soon. Osprey Hangman. That's what, bro. Osprey Hangman, top 3 of the year, regardless of WWE or AEW. I don't care. Osprey and Hangman was a ridiculous match. The reason why I glazed that match so hard is because AEW presented it like the most important thing in the world. You know? They presented it as like this number one thing. You have to watch it. I love that match. I really love that match a lot. Either way, someone was going to get disappointed and dejected. Saya versus Tem. Stardom. Megan Bain should be in line for a shot at the AEW Women's World Championship again, now that Mercedes Moné is out of the picture. They'll do it eventually. I still think about Osprey versus Danielson last year. That match is crazy. See, I'm losing my train of thought. See, I'm messing up, bro. I'm starting to sound like 2001 Scott Steiner. But yeah, that match was crazy. I don't know if you know any Joshi wrestlers or matches, but I highly recommend Saya Kamitani versus Tam Nakano. It's my favorite of 2025. Is that Stardom or Marigold? I'm not familiar a lot with the Joshis. Like, I always think I should watch it, but then something happens. Like, I lose time or whatever. That's why. Mega Man vs. Chris for the AEW Women's World Championship. I love matches that have build up like that. John Cena vs. Rock 2012 is a great example. I love watching Will Ospreay's matches since his 2024 match of the year against Bryan Danielson. Yeah, that match was crazy. I really liked that a lot because Bryan was like brutal. He's just like no nonsense here. Ospreay be flying and be like, I'm gonna take you back to the ground. Great stuff. Stardom. Yes. But yeah, that match in particular stands out a lot. People still talk about it. Like, I feel like whenever people talk about AEW match of the year, they over exaggerate. But with that one, it's like, I see, I understand it. All right. So this is one of you guys. Jordan sent this in. If I don't laugh, I'm not going to ban you, but I'm going to get upset, to be honest with you. All right, let's see this. Let's get it.
Oh my God.
Bruh. Why does it actually match? What's the comment saying? Comments make everything better, okay? Yeah, I got it. Wrestling Warrior is going to complete his mission. Bro, my mission's not even complete yet. You know? It's not even complete. I was watching Megan Bain taking on 2 Japanese women from Stardom, okay? Konosuke Takeshita versus Ric Flair be a great match. Ric Flair's coming out of retirement. Bro, a lot of the old timers actually like Takeshita, which I actually thought was good. What about Fletcher versus Ospreay, that steel cage? That match was good, but OD, honestly. Like, the entrance had that dubstep thing. Ospreay hops on, right? The matches are good, but then it becomes OD. Then it becomes awesome again. I watched Revolution. That match is weird because I thought it was good, but also OD at the same time. I don't want to be that guy, but in hindsight, that build of Rock versus Cena is not that good, mostly because Cena kind of destroyed the fuck out of him in some parts of the feud. He did beat him, though. Like, he did obliterate him. But the thing is with it, it felt big at the time. You guys remember the hype of WrestleMania 28? You guys haven't felt a single match with that hype. Maybe the CM Punk match, Money in the Bank, but it felt big. So even if they stumbled and botched or whatever, they still made it feel big time. Like, no matter what they were going to do, it was always going to feel like a big build. What is your favorite DX song? The original. The Run DMC one was, but I kind of glazed the original now. Brody King would be a great opponent against Prime Taker. Agreed. You had to be there, bro. Yeah, it was magical, bro. Like, let me show you guys something. Just this. This would give me goosebumps on the right time and circumstances. I'm just going to show you guys this, and you'll agree with me. You guys heard it. Just look at this. Listen. Like, this feels big time. The Rock, John Cena. Feels so big, man. Even if that build was horrific and all that stuff, but still, it felt big time. Thoughts on Hangman versus Mox at All in Texas? One of the best matches of the year, easily. Copyright premiere? Oh my god, bro. Wait, they got me? No, please do not tell me they got me. We're good so far. We're good so far. Premiere don't get the strike. I can't, bro. If I get the strike, I'm gonna have to make a new channel, and we're gonna have to talk about something different, bro. I'm not doing that. I mean, like, some of the segments, like The Rock going into Boston and stuff, was a bit corny in hindsight. Like, maybe it's because I've seen it so much. I know some little things I don't like. Now, I agree with you. Listen, The Rock relies a lot on his old stuff. Listen, I know. Like, listen, I'm gonna give you a Rock promo. You look like a monkey that went to Europe. You look like two monkeys fucking in Europe. He says something like that, right? Or his jokes like, you look like a giant piñata. I know how The Rock talks. But when I talk about the build in particular, I talk about the emotion and excitement it brought upon the wrestling fans. It felt like it was so big. This feels like a big fight. I feel like this was our version of Rock versus Hogan. Agreed. It was mostly on him when it comes to my problems now that I think about it. Watch How to Get a Character in Wrestling, just incredible. Are you guys dying for that video? The last real big match was Cody versus Roman WrestleMania 40. That match was so huge, literally, you had to be there feeling. Yes. There's a streamer. His name is Los Polos, right? He said wrestling's cringe and fake, right? I know Los Polos because he's like a 2K YouTuber, but even he was hooked onto this build because of how big it was. Like that moment where The Rock slapped Cody. Remember? You insulted the family and the lineage. Everything felt big. Everything. But Premier, I swear his jokes were better even back then in spite of how him they were, you feel me? In the 2000s, yes. But afterwards, he was more Hollywood. And I'm not talking about Hollywood Rock in 03, you know? If there was a match you could watch for the first time again, what would it be? Alright, I'll give you one. Low key, probably John Cena versus AJ Styles Royal Rumble 17. I actually love that match. It's not a shocking thing, but it's like, I really rate it high. A Corporate Minister Imperial March theme is a great video. The final boss Rock was low-key awesome. I don't even say low-key, bro. You can remove the low-key. The thing with the final boss is they maximized that WrestleMania hype in that main event, you know? I see. They sold the hype, yes. WrestleMania 41 should have felt as big in some ways. Like, obviously 40 is going to be hard to top, but I think it could have been, like, just about here. Then it turned out to be over here. And WrestleMania 42, you're not going to see it. Here's 40. 41's over here. 42's down here. WWE when it comes to selling the back, bro. Typical, bro. Shane McMahon deserves better. Huh? Shawn Michaels was Undertaker WrestleMania 25, bro. Wonderful match. I watched it on Justin TV. Some of the best work you'll ever see. And listen. I'm going to tell you guys something. You guys might shoot me for saying this, but I'll explain why. I think that match gets overrated, and I'm gonna correct myself for a moment, but for you guys to understand. I'll tell you why that match feels overrated. It's because the match at the time felt like nothing we've seen before. It felt like something we had never seen before. Now everyone tries to copy that match. And I feel like it hurts the match a bit, but it shouldn't. So maybe I'll retract my statements. It's not overrated, but it did influence the rest of the generation. That's the issue with it. The issue with that match is that everyone thinks they could do a better version of it. They can't. They just can't. You can't beat the master. So I don't think it's overrated per se, but I feel like it inspired too many copycats afterwards. And I feel like a lot of people just do that type of match for the sake of it to get the crowd into it. Like, oh, they don't want to be creative, you know? Now we got wash dudes like CM Punk holding the belt. Bro, CM Punk's still popular. Not gonna lie, Cena versus AJ Styles Crown Jewel is good, but it's overrated. Maybe it is, but I had a wide range of emotions while watching it. Can't wait for you to watch that video. Shawn versus Taker WrestleMania 26 is my favorite match of all time. Bro, I watched that match 2 months ago. What did I learn? I learned those two are masters of maximizing a match. Because they did hit finishers, but they didn't go overboard with them. That's the thing about it. Undertaker hit 2 tombstones in the inside of the ring. He hit 1 on the outside, but that technically doesn't count. He hit 2 tombstones for the win. But the way they mastered that story, it was like, I believe it was like a 25-minute match, right? But it felt like 15. It was so enjoyable. There was this moment, bro. Like, I remember, I'm watching the match. I know the result, but I still believed Shawn Michaels could win. And if you could do that to me with a match from 15 years ago, you had me like on the edge of my seat. All that stuff. I'm excited. I love it. If you could make me believe this result could be different from an old match that I already watched like 5 times, it's a great match automatically. Did you watch Deadline? I actually did not, no. I heard Obafemi won the belt. Can something be so good and not influence other people even just a little? If it's that good, it's always going to influence. That's the thing. I'm not gonna lie, it's so weird how hype was seeing him come back and how much my view of him was tarnished after AEW and stuff. It doesn't feel like the same fire he had when he first returned is there at all. It's not, bro. It's not. CM Punk is not as exciting as he once was because WWE just likes limiting people, you know? He's kind of PG Punk. Resmir is gonna love the new video I suggested, which is End of an Era was a good one too. That Saudi match doesn't exist yet. But yeah, I like that WrestleMania 26 match in particular. It stands out to me because I was believing for a moment that Shawn Michaels would win in 2025. It's a weird one. But that's a great match. 2010's match of the year is that. You got to do the video on Vince McMahon being a heel on Raw and a good guy on SmackDown, please. I've been asked to do this for a while. We'll see how we can do it, if we do it. We could do something on 03 Vince, maybe. I don't know. I think it was the stuff that occurred, bad injury luck, then he lost that fire in one's head. Feels like a fake cosplay of Prime Punk. Yeah. Not only that, he doesn't feel edgy. That's the issue. Okay, give me your thoughts on this upcoming Saturday Night's main event, Cena's retirement match. Do you think they do him justice? I'm not sure at the moment. I hope they do, but because it's not at WrestleMania, I think that automatically puts it down a notch, you know? We're supposed to do a month ago, man. I've been waiting. Huh? But even in AEW, once he moved to Collision and began causing more problems, everything just shifted with him. Listen, once he went to Collision, bro, it was cooked. Like, you guys remember that? The Collision CM Punk, it just wasn't going to work out. Even if he stayed in AEW beyond all in, I was going to call it All Out. He was going to leave anyways, bro. He went to WWE, he went backstage in April, and obviously after that, he's like, you know what, maybe it's not so bad anymore. So he got his way. He fought Jack Perry, left. It was easy work for him. You know, he always wanted to go back to the WWE by the looks of it. Punk isn't edgy anymore. Yeah, he's not. Ironically, him not having any of his real edge does ruin his character. Because, listen. The appeal of the modern CM Punk, not Straight Edge Society or heel Punk from 09. The appeal of the modern CM Punk is him hitting you where it hurts verbally and being like anti-establishment and very, very antagonistic towards the corporate structure of the WWE. We don't have that anymore. I feel like with AEW, he kind of was like that initially, but it faded. And he obviously doesn't need to rely on that anymore, but you have to make his character interesting if you're going to do that. Like, if you're going to transition away from edgy Punk. That man is so much more hypocritical. I thought he was just L after L with modern Punk. Listen, I'm going to tell you this. With wrestlers, I don't really care what they do outside the ring. Like, I know CM Punk says certain things, like buy one, get one free special main event or whatever. Wrestlers talk, bro. Imperial Ministry. I might have to get copyrighted if I do that. Does Cena actually get a retirement speech unlike Goldberg? We'll probably watch it on YouTube after the show ends. TKO doesn't pay champions extra. No need for that fire more. Exactly. He's not hungry. AEW paid him a bag and WWE did the same. He's good. Plus he got money from Dana and other appearances. Yeah, he actually commentates on a UFC subsidiary. Is that how you pronounce it? Feel free to correct me. What was the purpose of calling it Raw's War in 1997? And what was the message? Raw is war. They were at war with WCW Nitro. Easy. But Raw's War is a good thing. Like that intro of Stone Cold at the warehouse, bro. That's so good. And the wrestlers are fighting in the ring while fire's exploding, bro. One of the best intros. It's a great mashup. They might copyright me though. Like I said, CM Punk, not even just CM Punk, a lot of the wrestlers don't really care as much as they used to. For example, and this is something I don't really care about, but I'm gonna explain it. Bailey the other day was talking about wrestlers, how they don't stay until late in the night, until the main event, to watch guys to learn from them. And it's like, do you really believe in yourself during these days? Because I feel like if TKO and WWE typecast you as a lower mid-carder, it's almost impossible to break out of it. Like, from the last 20 years, lower mid-card guys. These guys are typecasted as lower mid-card. The only two guys I've ever seen rise above it and become main eventers were Jinder Mahal and JBL. So it's like, there's no real urgency to want to learn because they're probably not going to push you anyways. Also, I'm not staying until 11 p.m. to hear Seth Rollins giving me advice, bro. If it was Undertaker, yes. If it was even Jon Moxley, but if Seth Rollins, bro, I feel like he gives advice in a weird way. I don't know. Because like I always hear how he talks about certain things. He gets offended. I just feel like Seth Rollins will yap to you about some nonsense. If you guys understand what I mean. Alberto Del Rio's MJF and JBL, yes. I feel like the reason why it hits even harder for Punk is because of how much he likes to blur himself with his character. Yes. Unlike most characters, CM Punk is quite literally him. Agreed. That's the thing about him. Stone Cold is very different to his real life self. The Rock is different to his real life self. With CM Punk, what you see outside the ring is what you see inside, or what you've seen as opposed to what you see, past tense, because he's kind of different now. Favorite underrated mid-card Attitude Era theme that doesn't get talked about enough. Test's theme song, low-key. Staying up to watch Solo Sikoa. Exactly, bro. Imagine you're staying up to watch Solo Sikoa and hear Solo Sikoa of all people giving you advice. At that point, just give me Seth Rollins to give me advice. But yeah, I just don't see... Listen, I agree with the wrestlers when they leave early. Back in the day, you could learn and stuff. How come you didn't want advice from Rollins? I feel like Seth Rollins will say it in a certain way it'll offend you or something. I don't know. Like, bro, you're going to hear Seth freaking Rollins. That's how we do it. You want to be here in this business. This is how he's going to come back. That's how we do it in this business. If you want to be here in the WWE, the biggest promotion, you got to do it like me. It's like he's such a soldier for WWE. Maven's theme. SmackDown going back to 3 hours. Here we go. Yeah, good luck for me. Give me Goldberg. Give me advice. Bro, if Goldberg gives you advice, it's going to be of no value. Because he got lucky. Listen. The Goldberg character was manufactured by World Championship Wrestling, Eric Bischoff, and a couple of others. Goldberg, they just saw him. They're like, we're going to push this guy. And they got over. And listen. I'm going to tell you guys this. Goldberg has charisma. He has charisma. He has that it factor. But the way his character was made and everything that came around with him during the 90s, it's not because of him. The it factor is the most important thing, obviously, but everything surrounding it is because of the outside forces. I don't want Goldberg or Ryback giving me advice at 11 p.m. See? You understand. I would want advice from Cena. I fucked up my list since this is what I'm... That's the thing about... Listen, the wrestlers will give you advice, but at the end of the day, if TKO and the WWE like you, they're going to push you irregardless of you staying till the evening. Obviously, they might want to test you and see if you're hardworking, blah, blah, blah. You do media appearances, but... they already have you typecasted, I guess. Like, that's my belief. I don't know. What if it was Ryback giving you advice late after a show? What advice? How to tear down your TikTok account and get 20 views in Viewba and use AI? That's the only advice that Ryback's gonna give me. Oh. What was he talking about? Man, I forgot. Motherfuckers want to wait and get advice from Jimmy Uso. Exactly, bro. Like, listen, I actually disagreed with Bailey. I understand what she's saying, but bro... Nowadays, it's different. I could get advice from just about anyone. I don't give a fuck about the main event. They what? Who cares? Like anyone, bruh. Would you really care about getting advice from freaking Solo Sikoa? That's how we do it in here, or something like that. Alexa Bliss advice. Mind you, this is the same Seth Rollins who was complaining on Tour in 2019 against Ospreay, and that's the superstar he wanted advice from. I just feel like his advice would be like this. That's how we do it. You guys want to stay here? You got to watch the matches. I'm a soldier for WWE. Yeah, Seth Rollins is a soldier for WWE. He's a big soldier. But at the end of the day, no matter what he does, and I hate to say it because I actually rate Seth Rollins, he is not Roman Reigns. He works harder than Roman Reigns, way harder. Should we risk a claim for this clip? I might have to risk it for this clip. I just want to show you guys this for a moment, you know. This promo.
I work less than you, yes. That's true. Actually, I work like 10 times less than you. And I still make 10 times more than you.
Oh my God.
So I'll ask y'all, you want Seth Rollins money or Tribal Chief money?
Yeah. That's basically what I was trying to explain to you guys. By the way, these studio shots are so good. Alright, where were we? Rollins will never be on Rome's row. Respectfully, there's mid-card and lower mid-card guys. I'd rather take advice from Ludwig Kaiser, Santos, and all those underrated, underutilized guys who've got it. Yeah, of course. I bet guys like Chad Gable could be better. Yeah, bro. It's just, I feel like Seth Rollins' advice, he'll tell you to be a company man. Yeah, if you want this job. You know how he talks? It'll be something like that. Yeah, actually, I do rate Seth Rollins. Like, I know I joke about him here. I do rate him. I just don't think he's number one, you know? He tries so hard to be number one, but he can't be because he's not number one. It's as simple as that. It's like me. If I want to be the number one YouTuber, I don't know if I have it in me, but at the end of the day, I'm still here. You know, like, you're still in your place. Rollins is still in a very good place. He's just not number one. Simple as that. Hell, even R-Truth would give me better advice. I think R-Truth would give you some of the best advice just on the basis of him being employed for about 20 years. And without being like a top guy. I don't know why he tries to pull the cross-dresser card so much when he was cooking him without it. Oh. Bro, he could just cook him without that, bro. Respect Rollins. I respect Rollins because he's carried the company at times. Hardcore Holly would give a good advice. Bro, Hardcore Holly thinks highly of himself. You ever read his book? This guy actually thinks he should beat everyone. Imagine voice from Brock Lesnar. Get in and get out, kid. Also, don't get with Vince McMahon. Something like that, bro. I just feel like a lot of the lower card guys would give better advice. Like Jerry Lynn. Those type of guys. Jerry Lynn. But the top guys, I feel like it's hard to get advice from. Like John Cena, if you ask him for advice, he'll be like, be here on time. Be a spokesperson for the company. Some vague... Because you guys watch John Cena's interviews. The realest interview I've seen from John Cena is the Joe Rogan one. And I didn't watch it. I saw some clips. But it's a bit different there compared to the other interviews where he's more PR. Do I wish to see a non-PR John Cena where he's just like a guy from Boston? Yes, but it's probably not going to happen. Brock Lesnar advice will get you put in a case file. Yeah, bro. Yeah. Like, listen. He's in that case, you know, the Jano Grant thing. He's obviously not going to jail. Neither is Vince. But they did mention him. Like, I don't want to get mentioned in that stuff, bro. I'm good. Diarrhea Dwayne. Or maybe he's the opposite, considering he's very quiet about it. Get in, get out, kid. He'll call you kid for half of that time. That's one thing for certain. Yeah, like, this like Undertaker thing where it's like, you have to get advice from these main eventers, bro. I just don't believe in it. Like, I kind of believed in it in the past. But at the end of the day, if you want to be the best, you have to get it. You have to become the best. You can't just get advice from these people, blah, blah, blah. What about advice from Ospreay? You're going to start saying bruh from him. Bob Holly, I got an idea how much you give me the belt. Bro, he was a kick-ass guy in the mid-card. I'm not going to lie to you guys. Like, honestly, even though Hardcore Holly didn't have, like, some kind of world-class career, he was a kick-ass guy in the mid-card. You know, it's like, I'm going to kick your ass. I'm going to show you. And then he goes out, beats up someone for the Hardcore title. Yeah. I still don't get why they did Brock versus Cena. That stuff. Yeah, that's random. Don't take the offer, kid. They end up coming back. Like, get the fuck out. Premiere, look up the video on Just Incredible character. Hey, yo, you dealing with the X Factor. I got a little bit of putting together a character just incredible. I might have to watch this. Give me a moment. I think I'll watch it. Just give me a moment. Let's yap a little, you know? And if you're like, why don't you why don't you go on Twitter? The timeline is not exactly looking good. 2009 Randy Orton revision. Yes, 2009 Randy Orton revisionist is true. But yeah, like I'm just not like I don't care about no streamer awards or there's not a lot of wrestling on my timeline recently because like there's not much to talk about. Anyways, where were we? Ospreay wouldn't give you advice; he would just motivate you in all honesty. Yeah. One thing I respect about Ospreay is that he's extremely passionate about professional wrestling almost as much as Eddie and Bryan. Like it's hard to hate that. Yes, slow news day. Yes, it's dull. Let's just yap about stuff. I'd listen to wrestlers as advice, unlike other wrestlers who don't listen to advice. Yeah, but bro, you actually think if you stay until 11 p.m. that it's enough? You have to have the talent. Like, they always glaze those guys. He's here's a hard worker, but they don't value them as much. They end up releasing them, and they have to go and start over in some random city. Randy Orton 2012 was his weakest. Agreed. You know? You gotta have the talent. Like, yes, you read and you hear the advice, but you have to achieve that stuff on your own. You know? Did HBK listen to advice? Probably. Definitely. Did Ric Flair listen to advice? Definitely. But there comes a point where it's like, I have to do this myself. If he had lived longer, became a backstage agent / producer, advice from Eddie Guerrero, Viva La Raza. Bro, Eddie Guerrero's good. The only good thing that came out of that version of Randy was his Christian feud. Christian should have had a longer reign. Agreed. Agreed 200%. And he should have faced different opponents. Somalia memes. Yeah, that's my Twitter. Eddie Guerrero and RVD are great examples of work rate wrestlers who has a gimmick. Yes. Jumpman, what up? Welcome to the stream. Shout out to you. Speaking of people starting over opinions on Andrade, because I can't be the only one who thinks he should have been or done more. I agree, but he should have never left WWE or he should have never left AEW. Because he hops left and right, they don't invest in him. And with WWE's case, he was apparently supposed to do some tag team, I believe, with Rey Fenix. I don't know. I think Andrade, unfortunately, he would be best in AAA or CMLL. With the American promotions, I feel like they're like, we value this guy instead, or whatever. Now, if Andrade had like great mic skills or whatever, they'd be like glazing him like crazy. It is what it is. US champ, NXT champ is cool, but I feel like he should have gotten more reigns or been higher on the card. Andrade, yes. Well, the people were behind Christian. WWE dropped the ball for sure. Agreed. Do you think Ilya Dragunov will be a world champion in the future? I think if he does win the world title, he'll probably have a dull reign because WWE always messes them up. But I think Ilya Dragunov in the future could be like this great, like passionate guy who does win the title. Something like Chris Benoit, maybe. But I don't know. Like, I would hope. Listen, guys. I never hate on wrestlers for the sake of it. Like, even though I do hate on Jey Uso, if you were to tell me 1 year from now he'd win the title, I'd be like, damn it, and be yelling or something. But we'd hope for the best, you know, to prove us wrong. It's not like I'm right, you're wrong. I would want to be wrong in many scenarios. We wish the best for people, you know? And it's not like, oh, I'm being positive for the sake of being positive, but this is what I genuinely believe. I don't like Jey Uso's in-ring skills. Horrific. Do I think he needs to evolve his character at this point? Yes, but they're probably working on that right now. I saw him complain about the John Cena tournament. But if he does have a good title reign, I will want to be wrong. I'll be on the front line saying I was wrong about this title reign. You know, it's not like ego. I think it depends how the crowd vibes with Dragunov. Indeed, yes. If you can't cut promos in English, you won't make it past a certain point in the WWE. Ask Shinsuke. Yeah, if you're a man in the WWE, it is much harder. It really is. Thoughts on Cody versus Oba? That's such a weird match. Granted, it's better than another Drew versus Cody match that Drew won't win. Bro, he won't win. Drew McIntyre is cooked. They need to restart things with him. They have to turn him face. It's just one of those things where it's like, you have to look at the talent and maximize their potential. And with Drew, I don't think they did. With Drew, I think I think the year would have been different if Kevin Owens was still around and if Drew got a logical, a proper push as opposed to whatever he got this year. You know? Yeah. Shaq needs to lay down. Because you mean to tell me every Hispanic Latin wrestler is just either an LWO Tag del Rey or a part of Legado del Fantasma? Yeah, with the bros. That's what they do, bro. I was born in America, okay? Premier, do you think WWE ever changed their logo again? Yes, they always do. They'll eventually change it. Not now necessarily, but eventually. WWE fell off after Kevin Owens' injury, low-key. Drew as a bloodline. Nah. It was the Netflix episode. And the Rumble. Listen. I don't know how things go on backstage. I'm not acting like I know everything. But if we're being honest, Drew McIntyre, if we're being logical and honest, Drew should have faced Roman Reigns at WrestleMania. I don't know if they said no to that. I don't know if they scrapped that. But logically, if we're speaking, the Bloodline Hunter and the momentum that Drew had, it should have culminated at WrestleMania 41 with Roman Reigns. I'm Hispanic American, but I don't know Spanish much. Okay? Do they call you a no salvo, bro? I just want to ask. I'm not pressing. Because I always hear that. Roman probably said nah. Maybe. It had to happen. I think the year as a whole would have been different. And if they got to that point, I actually believe that Drew would probably be Cena's last match. You know? Sarah agree, but he kept losing to the worst tag team wrestler to be a single star, Jimmy Uso. Also, you've been seeing LeBron lately. He was looking bad, but now he's making a comeback of his former self at 40 tonight against the Sixers. Nice. I love LeBron. What's that? I always see on the internet they talk about like a Hispanic that doesn't know Spanish. They know English, apparently. That's why I mentioned it. Bro, it's good. It don't even matter. King James. That's my goal. Kevin Akag, they low-key need. They do, bro. Premier look up video on Just Incredible. Just give me a moment. We're yapping right now. Just wait up. After the awesome feud with CM Punk in 2024, Drew McIntyre should have already been primed for main event championship run. Also, kids, Colin FL Mexican. Yes, that I just heard about it. Bruh, what about that Triple H promo? I'm not bilingual, I'm bi or something. What is that? Let me read this up. I'm not gonna play it because I'm gonna get copyrighted. When you guys mentioned the language thing, that there's a lot of bi things I am, but lingual is not one of them. It's so random, bro. Not gonna lie, the idea that a former wrestler needs to know English to get over shouldn't really be a real issue, you feel me? That's American wrestling, bro. It works out well in Japan, but still. Fella no sabo here, okay? Oh my god, I remember. It's so random. Like, it's one of the most random things I've ever heard. Alright, let me see this Just Incredible video. If it's that good of a video, I'll glaze you for a moment. My character, I'll tell you guys my character in a moment. All right, let me play this video for you guys. International talent got rough in the fit. Yeah, bro. The WWE is not exactly just to those that don't really speak English. Like Asuka, she works out. It's hard, bro. It's very hard, but Asuka's a charismatic woman. Very charismatic. I think there's some wrestlers who are nice to give advice out of gen. Yeah, I agree. It's just, I just don't believe in the 11 p.m. thing because these wrestlers have to travel sometimes, Like, you have to catch a hotel, you have to get the rental car, and they might not learn much on that random house show. Like, even if you're there all day, it doesn't mean you're going to get the push. Anyways, where were we? Alright, I'm going to play this at 1.25 speed because they might copyright me, but I just want to watch this. Because you guys mentioned something about characters. Let me watch this. We are here for the true pro wrestling enthusiast, to entertain and to educate because we love pro wrestling. Don't we all? For being honest, professional wrestling is one of the best things out there. Like, listen, I personally hope in the future that I'm still a wrestling fan. I don't know if it'll still be, but it's really one of the best things out there. And I just wish the bookers were more creative with it, because I think there's a lot of stories to explore, a lot of new inventions to make. I do hope in the future that wrestling's entirely different to what it is now, whether it be stories or matches and something that evolves. But I don't know. It doesn't seem like that. I feel like 10 years from now, we're still going to be talking about the same style of storylines. See, yeah, Bala.
One. I get asked all the time, and I figured it'd be a great episode for this show.
All right.
How do you put together a character? I mean, what do I do? How do I get a name? How do I decide if I'm going to be heel or babyface? What do I wear? And, what I always was told, and I didn't get, unfortunately in my day, back in the 90s and stuff, you really didn't get to choose who you were. I mean, I've obviously, traditionally, when you're first
My ring name's AK-47.
starting out in the business, promoters usually make you a babyface, and the reason they make you a babyface is technically it is supposed to be the easier of the styles, because heels generally are the ones that control the match. They're the ones that call it out there. They're the ones that set the pace. So in this day and age, with promoters really, everything kind of being thrown out the window and it being kind of the Wild West out there in the independent scene, it's up to you, and it's kind of up to how you want to market yourself. Obviously, when I got handed the Aldo Montoya thing, a lot of people think that it was a curse and it was this horrible gimmick and the jock strap and all that. But being under a mask when you first get your break in the business is probably the biggest blessing you could have, because first of all, you're not showing anybody your face, and you can take that off anytime, and you can make as many mistakes as you can, and believe me, you're going to make a lot of them. And you're still, when you're ready to take that mask off, it's your opportunity, and it's almost like a second coming, a second breath of life into who you are as a performer. So if a little bit of advice, if you're looking for a character and you're kind of stuck, try a mask gimmick at first, especially for your first couple of months, especially if you're wrestling in a territory where you want to make it in the future. Now, let's talk about a character you want to stick with. Let's talk about something you want to take for your career or for a very long time. Bottom line is, what we do is theater. It's physical theater. But you can only act so far. What I was always taught is be yourself. And quite honestly, some of the biggest and most successful characters in the history of our business are just offshoots, and our personalities cranked up to 11. And
hold on, let me see. You guys can see this, right? Let me see the chat for a moment. You guys are watching this? All right, good. I just want to see if you guys are watching.
It really is about being who you are and being true to yourself as much as possible in the context of sports entertainment and professional wrestling. And what I mean by that too is something like Jeff Hardy. I mean, that is Jeff Hardy 24/7. The dress, the attitude, the hair, the tattoos. I mean, Jeff does that 24/7. If you have a certain style, you listen to a certain type of music, play that up. If there's something you're into, go with it. If there's something you feel passionate about, a direction in life you're ready to take, go with that. Incorporate that into who you are, and it'll be easier to pull through that motion in the ring, because in this day and age, more than any other time in pro wrestling, we're being asked more and more, and the fans could see when something isn't authentic. They could see and read through all the phonies and all the guys out there. This is in 2013, apparently. I mean, Just Incredible is not Pete Polacco, but let me tell you, Just Incredible is a lot closer to Pete Polacco than anybody realizes. It's just a Pete Polacco that I could never be in real life, and it's real simple. It allows me room to breathe and to experiment with things and to really create. And guys, when you're doing this, put a lot of thought into it, because if you're just going to go out there and say, hey, I'm going to be a babyface, I'm going to get this cool little name, and I'm going to be, just one of those high spot guys, that's going to get you, only so far. And go out there, put time into it, put thought into it, and develop your character. It's your responsibility in the independent scene to develop your character, your reputation, and how seriously you're going to be taken by the fans, by promotions, and by the internet sites and publications. I'm Just Incredible.
Okay, W video. Very important to learn this stuff. But where were we? Imagine Joker Asuka. Nakamura's the biggest missed opportunity in terms of international talent. Yeah. Premier, why do you think the WWE hasn't changed the rating of the product in nearly 20 years? Because, it doesn't need to. Premier, now that 2016-17 is almost 10 years behind us, do you think WWE is good during that time, or are people just nostalgia blinded? SmackDown was good. With Raw, I think it was overrated. Like, people do look at it positively now and all that stuff, but Raw was very overrated, and it was carried by certain things during certain times. Like, in the beginning, Sasha and Charlotte's feud. During the later times, Kevin Owens and Chris Jericho. Tanahashi and WWE would have been dope as if. Yeah. I haven't seen that man speak ever, but he's just so loved and joyful and entertaining. Yes. Some of the comments also said take inspiration from a movie, TV show, video game. Yes, yes. Chris Jericho said his character is inspired from No Country for Old Men. He is, but when I watched the movie, I'm like, he's not that much of his inspiration. Because the No Country from Old Men movie, that guy is so cold. I forgot what his name is in the movie, but there's a scene in the movie, the coin toss. He's like, pick heads or tails. It just looks so cold. And like, I would understand Jericho's inspiration from it, but it's like very slight. It's not too much. You know? But No Country for Old Men's a great movie. I gotta watch that again. Wonderful movie. But yeah, I feel like the wrestlers nowadays, they gotta be very versatile. With Karrion Kross, for example, he has a great character, but in ring, the guy, you guys know about him in ring. Like, in ring is just cooked. He can't get it done in ring. And that's why I say, if you have a character, you also have to wrestle. And if you know how to wrestle, you have to have a character. Very hard. You can't just say one or the other. You can, but you're gonna typecast yourself, you know? It's one of those things.
Asshole! Right there!
Whether I was the right gay guy, where is that video? You know, you can't. You can even take inspiration from music. Yeah, of course. Anything. Now, am I gonna come out to 50 Cent Many Men? No, but, you know, you can be creative. You can come out to whatever you want. Just don't come out and do the same old. I hear No Country for Old Women going to be made. Bro, why do they remake everything, bro? Like, I'm hating. Why does everything need a remake? Not everything needs a remake. Like, that movie, I don't think there should be any spiritual successor to it or anything. It's such a great movie, I just don't think it should be touched. Heel surgery, like Mark Merrill's WC character was like Prince. Mark Merrill was low-key underrated all around, to be honest. Mark Merrill is underrated. Like, I'm not gonna lie to you guys, in ring, he's actually a bit overlooked. It's just they made him into the boxer guy in WWF, and everyone forgot about him. And Sable overshadowed him. You know? Well, he wasn't so bad. I do think people were a bit harsh on him. Alright, where were we? The character's name was Anton True. Yeah, nothing originally is they said. No. Nothing, bro. And that's my issue with it. Just wait, bro. There's gonna be some new rehashes from some classic movie again. Oh, there's in talks to do this reboot of the show. Oh, they're in talks to do this remake of this movie. Make something new, bro. Like, nothing's compelling. And it's not even me trying to be an old head, but you guys see it with your own eyes. I'm not even lying about anything. Bro, have you seen the movie, The 49-Year-Old Virgin with Steve Carell? Yeah, I saw that. Great movie. It's so funny, that movie, bro. It's so simple. Everyone hated dude because he had Sable. Exactly. And he was married to Sable for like several years, bro. Then Brock Lesnar came in. But yeah, The 4-Year-Old Virgin is such a great movie because they took this random concept, they made the most out of it, and there was a lot of funny scenes. Paul Rudd, Kevin Hart, Seth Rogen. And it captures the vibe of like a Best Buy. I don't know, it captures it perfectly. Now for real, there's nothing original anymore. Indeed. Agreed. You gotta be creative, you know? But listen. 20 years from now, you're gonna see something new. There's always something new. Even if there's like a drought or like creative issues, stuff comes in. Like, do you guys think 15 years from now there's gonna be a new platform like TikTok? There is. Bray Wyatt's a supernatural character of the PG era, or was the best. Well, I just feel like they could have fulfilled his potential more, you know what I mean? Is there anything on here on the Twitter? I'm trying to see. The ace of all elite wrestling. What do you think of Stranger Things Season 5? I actually did not watch it, to be honest. I actually never watched Stranger Things. I almost watched it like 5 years ago, but then I forgot what happened. Not gonna lie, the movies now aren't something I actually want to watch. The last movie I watched was Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes, which sucked. Not gonna lie. Yes. Mark Merrill is doing that because he's ready to move on with his life along with marrying his new wife. I can't wait for The Boys Season 5. Yeah, I heard they're announcing the last season. There always is Tumblr, Vine, Insta, Musical.ly, TikTok. Yeah, like things evolve. Like, even though we might trash on things nowadays, 10 years from now, we're going to be like, we love that movie in 2028. We love this show in 2030. We were compelled by it. You get what I mean? In the moment, though, it doesn't feel like that. But that's society, you know? Like, back when the Romans were around, they were big. They weren't thinking to themselves, man, this is boring. Like, obviously, it might be boring in that moment, but as time goes on, you see new things. You know, things evolve, things change. Philosopher Premier. Horrible philosophy, by the way. Yeah, I don't want to go on Twitter. I'm trying to see. How we feeling about Gunther versus Cena? Normal now. If it's good, I'll be excited for it. I just want it to be like a good remembrance of John Cena's career. Like they could do the Super Cena thing. It has to honor John Cena to the maximum. You know what I mean? I like heartfelt and passionate wrestling promos. Like Jumpin' Jeff Farmer. Yep. Bro, have you seen the movie School of Rock? Yes, that's a great one. I still watch the Kenny versus Okada matches from New Japan Pro Wrestling. Now, those are classics. The last one I watched was the G1 match. You know, where I'm not going to spoil it, but the G1 match from August of 2017. I tend to watch some random matches from time to time. Let me see what I watched. I write them on here. Like just the other day, I watched the Rebellion Fatal 4-Way between Stone Cold, Kurt Angle, Rikishi, and The Rock. And it's good. It's like 10 minutes, but it passes by quick. There's some matches like... There's some gems around. But yeah, I'm going to tell you guys something. For those of you that don't really like wrestling outside of WWE, I recommend this match. This match is only 5 minutes. Watch it. Kenta versus Ricky Marvin. It's like 5 minutes of the... one of the craziest matches I've ever watched. Bro, that match is like... Time passes by so fast. The counters, the GTS counters. You guys have to watch that. Legitimately. It's one of the best matches I watched recently. Kenny versus Okada Dominion was so badass. Bro, all of their matches were great. But the Wrestle Kingdom won that first match, bro. That match is magic. Now, there's a lot of gems, you know, like Noah. There's some Japanese matches. There's some Mexican matches. There's even some American matches, but I sound like the British Bulldog. You guys know that promo? Like... Bro, that promo's so funny. I could do English style, I could do British style, I could do Japanese style. That's why they call me the British Bulldog. It's like, how does that correlate at all? You know what I mean? Where was I? Where are you guys? First Switchblade Jay White match. Jay White, I didn't watch a lot of them, you know, to be honest with you guys. I didn't watch a lot of New Japan stuff, because, like, with New Japan, I don't watch the events. Like, I mostly watch, like, matches I see, I hear about, I'm like, oh, I gotta watch that. And if that happens, it's mostly either Tanahashi, Okada, and certain type of guys like that, you know what I mean? Thoughts on Volk versus Lopez 2? Heard it might be Volk's final fight. I am all in on that, bro. I love that fight in April, bro. One of my favorite UFC fights in the entire year was that match. It was so damn good. I sat down, I'm like, I'm gonna watch this. Because I was watching the UFC event, but that, I focused like this. I had fun. I'm excited about that. Mr. Leo, what up? How you doing? Favorite Kenta Kobashi match? The Samoa Joe one's easy, but... There's some random matches I watched. There's this random match he wrestled with this guy named Bison Smith. It was just like an all-out brawl. It was very good. But the Masawa match, the final one, is obviously the one people remember. I watched his match with let me see. There's a lot of matches I watched here. The Kawada one in 98. I watched that one like 3 months ago. Great battle, by the way. You guys should watch it. Yeah, like I watch a lot of different wrestling. It's just I watch a bunch of different wrestling. I just don't watch a lot of it. You know what I mean? Doing Fry Brother, how you do? I'm doing decent, you know? What's your AJ Styles match like all time? All right, I'll give you 2. The John Cena match at Royal Rumble 17 and the Okada match in 2015. I watched the Okada match. Whew, magnificent, bro. I love that match. It's like, I'm at a loss for words just mentioning that match. But yeah, like Styles in New Japan was crazy. Thoughts on Knight versus Gunther? I actually didn't watch SmackDown. I heard it was good. Can't really give you much of an opinion on it. His chops are top 5 of chops. Yeah, that's why I hate when Eddie Kingston does it, bro. Like when Eddie Kingston tries to do it, bro, he's doing this like all Japan cosplay, and it doesn't work for you, buddy. He does like, it doesn't work. I watched a bunch of Kobashi matches. Yuji Nagata, 03. There was a couple of Misawa matches. One from 98, one from 03. Yeah, that's why I rate Kobashi a lot above Misawa, because like I watched them more. AJ versus Joe versus Daniels from Unbreakable 05. Bro, that match is one of the best of all time. Premiere, I would like for you to talk about boxing, NBA, and NFL, and play some more throwback sports games on Premiere here. I will be uploading more on there. It's just a matter of figuring out what I want to do on there. I need to see. Dude, Bullet Club AJ Styles is a beast, indeed. He had like this pit bull mentality. You guys know how Vince told him, like, I see you like a pit bull? He had that in New Japan. He comes in, with the black leather jacket. He has the Bullet Club by his side, all that stuff. He was on fire. And the thing about it is, there was a rumor going around that AJ Styles was going to be signed to like an $80K contract with the WWE. They didn't value his work from TNA. So what does this guy do? He goes to Japan. He's like the Gaijin, the foreigner. He destroys Okada, takes the belt. He goes crazy, bro. He just has these crazy matches for 2 years. Then he goes to WWE and gets pushed. Like, that's aura. What's the topic of discussion? Freestyle, bro. Favorite Hangman Adam Page match of all time? The match with Omega, 21, Full Gear. But I kind of rate the Ospreay. Yeah, Ospreay and Hangman. I think that one. Lone Wolf AJ Styles is a beast, indeed. That's the thing about it. Like, you always hear about people talk about great, but you have to watch this stuff for yourself. And again, I'm not forcing you to watch any of this stuff, but there's some good wrestling outside of the WWE. You know, like I don't watch a lot of wrestling, but sometimes when I do, I learn about new stuff. I'm like enthralled. You know, there's a lot of good stuff out there. It doesn't just have to be like these big names. Favorite Chris Jericho match of all time. Oh, this is easy. No Mercy 08 ladder match. Easy. And like, listen, I like talking about wrestling, but on YouTube, you have to sensationalize stuff. You can't talk about the in-ring work, you know? Like just the RVD video I uploaded. Did I know it was going to do what it was going to do? Yes, but I still uploaded it. I like talking about wrestling. I don't care about the... Listen, we could talk about the drama, but I like the in-ring stuff. The issue is people on YouTube don't like that stuff. They like the drama. And because of that, it's like you don't maximize your enjoyment of the videos you make. That Kenta versus Ricky Marvin match was okay, bro. I love that match. It was so fast. Did you watch it? Because you disappeared. Were you here the whole time? You weren't here though. Did you actually go and watch it? What are top 5 heel turns in WWE, TNA, ROH? You can include some honorable mentions. That's a bit tough because like I got to think back to certain times. I like Savage's heel turn in 88 or 89, but it wasn't like direct. You know what I mean? He slowly became jealous of Hogan, and the whole incident with Miss Elizabeth happened. The Hogan one's so iconic, bro. I love the Hogan. That one. Minoru Tomohiro. Low-key Ishii, I rate. You know, personal preference. Oh, the Ishii and what's his name? Shibata match. G1 2013. Go watch it. Go watch it. I went and watched it. Yeah, put it on my TV. Yeah, you disappeared, bro. It's 4 minutes. Whew. I think Angle versus Michaels at Vengeance was better than their match at WrestleMania. Yeah, that's a hot take. Bro, if Kurt Angle was let loose in New Japan, he would have gone crazy. Premiere, this might be a hot take. John Morrison from 2009 to 11 had so much potential to become a main star and become a baby HBK, as many were saying at the time. We'll never know. Randy Savage Hogan rivalry is iconic, even though you weren't around. You have a lot of knowledge of wrestling. You learn every day. With that, I learned about that stuff when I was like younger. You know, familiar with any Aussie indie wrestlers? Actually, no. I don't really. I'm gonna tell you guys something. I don't really hear much about the independent circuit at all. It reminded me of like a fast action AEW sequence. You know what I mean? It was good, but don't get me wrong. Yeah, but you've seen that all the time now. Like if you look at it from a 2009 perspective, it'll look crazy. But yeah, like knowledge of wrestling, like I learned a lot of this stuff as a kid. With Savage, this is the thing about Randy Savage. WWE didn't used to talk about him. So like anything I learned about Randy Savage was from YouTube. Bobby Roode turning on James Storm was a good one with Roode hitting him with a beer bottle. Bro, I love that. I had to finish that Bobby Roode title reign video. Roode, he was so good because they gave him this role. He fit it perfectly. Like if you tell me the best TNA title reign, I'm always going to mention the Bobby Roode one as number one. It just was, you know? But like I said, Owen Hart versus Kurt Angle. Kurt Angle would win that match. It would have been good if it happened in like 01. Like honestly. It was 01 Angle. And listen, I see a lot of people when they talk about Kurt Angle. Wait up. Hey Wrestling, did you I've gotten some indie wrestling my state. What video? Loved your RVD video, bro. Shout out to you. I believe you commented yesterday. Is that true? Because I read all the comments, you know. I'm familiar with the users. The next video will probably... I'll show you guys the next video. Now, this is no guarantees yet, but I did record it, you know, so... I did record this video, so... 50% chance it is the next video. This video. SmackDown vs. Raw 2007. Yes. I want to do SVR 07. I just want to do it so I can get to 08, 09, 10, 11, all that stuff. But that is most likely the next video, no guarantees. I did record it. I might edit it later. Randy Savage, the biggest star to never return to WWE. Yes. He was so close because he had the All-Star game. What would have happened if Jeff Hardy got the push in 02? Yeah. Would have been cooked. How long you streaming for, bro? I'm just freestyling now. You know? Loved your video on Raw 16-17. Yes. You read all the comments, go up. Now I'm just kidding, bro. Listen, you guys view the videos. You guys take time out of your day to watch the videos. I have to acknowledge you guys. Listen, I might not like a certain comment or like share a certain comment or whatever. When I mean like, I'm not saying dislike. I'm talking about like liked by wrestling career type thing. I still read the comments. Like I see some of you guys call me an idiot sometimes. Some of you might call me a mark. Some of you guys are like, this is a great video. You know, stuff like that. Are you doing the SVR 07? Yes. I did record a lot of game footage, but we got to finish it. I'm almost done with it. We need to edit it. Editing for video games is annoying. I'm not going to lie to you guys. Editing for video games is so annoying because you have a lot of different clips from different moments, and it's not linear. It's not like this. You have to get clip from here, this video, you have to mash them up, and it's hard. But we still do them. I asked for a Chris Jericho video. Yeah, the IC title one. Yeah, that one's going to be tough, but we'll do it. You're a good wrestling YouTuber. Now, we strive to improve, you know? I don't have, like, an ego, like, I'm the best. I'm not the best wrestling YouTuber. Like, if you pull a gun on me, I'm going to swear to God I'm not the best. If you put a lie detector on me and you say, are you the best wrestling YouTuber? I'm going to say no. It's going to come as true, you know? What year would have been the best for Cena versus Hiroshi Dream match? 2017. Favorite video games of all time, since we're on that topic, doesn't have to be wrestling. San Andreas. Easy. San Andreas is the game that, man, it shaped me, honestly. Like, it sounds kind of corny, but that game kind of shaped me, the music that I like. Because San Andreas has a wide variety of music to it, you know? San Andreas has a lot of rap songs. It has a lot of pop songs. It has a lot of alternate. It has a lot of metal songs, you know? And me as a person, I like a lot of variety of music, you know? I don't listen to a lot of music now. I personally want to listen to less of music because I feel like sometimes it's just on for the sake of it. What up, Dumpy? How you doing? Welcome to the stream. I haven't seen you in a while. Hope you're doing good. I believe you're still operating on the Tom Cole fan channel, right? I seen it pop up a bit. I'm not gonna lie. But like I was saying, San Andreas shaped me a lot. Like the views I have in music, the storyline, everything. Like listen, as a kid, I used to glaze Los Angeles a lot. And like that game captures like 92 LA very good. GTA 4 is what shaped me, but I love GTA San Andreas. Yes. San Andreas shaped my music taste, can't lie. Same with the NBA 2K games and the Madden games. Yes, sir, grinding. Hey, very necessary. You know, like this YouTube thing, bro, it's very motivating. You know it. San Andreas is the best video game of the 2000s. Do you like metal rock music? Casual. Listen, I don't listen to a lot of music. Hell, I'm gonna try to listen to less music. I saw my Spotify Wrapped. I had 69,000 minutes of music. I'm like, I need to listen to less, you know? So from now on, I only listen to music when I'm editing. That's it. But with metal music, I'm a very casual guy, to be honest with you. You know, like I don't really know much. Cena versus Okada would have been crazy too. Yes. I just think Tanahashi works well. Is Taylor Swift your favorite music artist of all time? No. Have you heard that song Headstrong? Bro, of course, bro. It's just like I'm not an enthusiast. Like when it comes to music, to be honest with you guys, I'm not an enthusiast. You know what I mean? The only things I'm a real enthusiast of are football, as in soccer, and wrestling. Other than that, I'm like mostly casual stuff. I think you could add basketball as a third, but it's not as strong as the others. You know what I mean? Played San Andreas as a kid and thought it was a movie. Shit was so good, so hard to describe how iconic it was back then. It is, bro. And like, I feel like a lot of the kids now won't know. Is Drake a top 10 artist ever in your opinion? No, he can't be a top 10 artist all time. That would mean you have to put him in the same realm as Michael Jackson and certain guys. With a rap, he has big influence. A lot of guys still glaze him to this day. But like all around, no. Who's your football club? Borussia Dortmund. Favorite instrument? In what way? I don't know, guitar. I love wrestling and football. Shout out to you, bro. Me too. I was watching Real Madrid earlier. They got bitched by Celta Vigo. For me, it's United. Yes, we suck. Yeah, I'm sorry for your loss, bro. That guy ain't cutting his hair ever. You know about that guy? He's like, once we win 5 games, I'm cutting my hair. His hair looks like a fucking... It looks like the... Is it called the Union Jack? Those British guys, you know, they're at the palace. He looks like them now. You know, they got the long hat. What would WWE be if Triple H wasn't in the company? Honestly, don't know. You think OKC finishes with 74 wins this season? Be a crazy achievement, bro. People from ages 20 and up know more of the old stuff from the past. Yes. Favorite hip-hop albums of all time premiere. All right, let me tell you this. My favorite hip-hop albums, I got a list over here. If you're like, why do you have a list? Because sometimes you guys ask me stuff. Like, I gotta have things on, like, straight up, boom. So, like, listen, again, I'm not a music enthusiast. Just want to tell you guys that. And it's not like me trying to be like a baby, like, I don't know anything. It's just, I'm not really focused on it. But my favorite album of all time is Graduation, regardless of what genre we're talking about. Graduation by Kanye West. And Kanye West is my favorite artist of all time. You know, yeah, he's kind of crazy, blah, 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 but he's my favorite. I can't lie to you, you know? That's my favorite rap album of all time. Other than that, I love DMX's, what's it called? It's Dark and Hell is Hot. I love that album. I always glaze that album. The Game, the documentary. The Game, the documentary. I do like Illmatic. I don't like it as much as the others. Jay-Z's The Blueprint. I listen to that a lot from time to time. College Dropout, Late Registration. I'm mostly tight-knit. Nerd in Search Of is one of my favorites. You know, stuff like that. Trying to find a good WWE doc to unwind to. Don't watch WWE Unreal. What do you think of the US Soccer team? We wish them the best. Illmatic has to be number 1. Why are rappers always getting into trouble? Cause, bro, a lot of them are from the hood and they don't really care. That's why. Have you seen the matches between Misawa and Kenta Kobashi in the 90s? Hand down's the greatest rivalry of all time. Now, I saw some of their matches. I didn't see all of them, you know? Hopefully Bianca Censori releases an album. What? Are titties going to be on the cover like this? Bro, Kanye's crazy. I like the GTA Hood Gon' Love Us song. Yeah. Illmatic. The Illmatic album is probably one of the most iconic. Like, you guys know. Like, Illmatic, the influence it has, blah, blah, blah. You guys know. But I feel like other things surpass. I feel like other albums might have surpassed it. You know? Very little baby song. Bro, very casual. Pure cocaine. I F with hip hop even though I'm a metalhead. Tupac, Biggie, and M are my favorites. Alright. Tupac and Biggie always come up. I used to say Biggie was better than Tupac, but I confess that Tupac is better than Biggie now. It's not the opposite. Tupac knows more than Biggie. Do I think Biggie's a better lyricist than him? Yes. But Tupac is better. Tupac's the guy that connects more so, you know? Biggie's very charismatic, though. Premier, have you heard Sofago's new album, Mania? It's amazing. Actually, favorite pop album. All right. Now we're talking. Favorite pop album. So, Nelly Furtado Loose is one of my favorites, easily. Just want to tell you guys that. Nelly Furtado Loose is probably my favorite pop album. Calvin Harris, 18 Months. I love that album. What else? What else we got here? I like the Ray Shremmerd album, but it's kind of different. The Pop Smoke album in 2020. Oh, Justin Timberlake's album in 06. I love that one. But yeah, like I don't really listen to a lot of music because I don't know, like I'm more casual with it. It's much simpler. I liked It Was Written better than Illmatic. Life After Death, okay? Love Ready to Die. Everyone in my country glazed Tupac too much growing up, so once I heard Notorious B.I.G. it was over. Ready to Die is good, bro. Like Biggie talks about this great story of how he rose up, then he wants to kill himself. When I die, forget I wanna go to hell. Cause I'm a piece of shit. I like 2020 Experience. Future Sex Love Sounds is better though. Playboy Cardi, Whole Lotta Red changed music of this decade. Bro, everyone hated that album at first. Like, I remember at the time, everyone was like, what the fuck is this? Off the Wall or Thriller? Bro, we're always going with Thriller, bro. We always are. Like, Thriller, you always have to go with that one. Iconic. They're both iconic, but still, Thriller. Tupac is more of a trendsetter than Biggie, but I always love him more. Yes. Thoughts on Linkin Park, like OG Linkin Park? I love Linkin Park. Meteora is one of my favorite albums, easily. Meteora, it captures the greatness of their previous album, but it also like builds upon it. But yeah, those first two albums were something special. Machiavelli 7-Day Theory. Bro, I love Machiavelli 7-Day Theory. Machiavelli 7-Day Theory is kind of terrifying, let's be honest. Like, Machiavelli 7-Day Theory, it's like Tupac came back from the dead. He's smoking on these guys. He's back. Machiavelli, the Dawn, spiritual lyrics like the Holy Quran. That song, what's that song called? Blasphemy. That's like the scariest rap song I've heard. One of. Have you ever heard No Way Out 2005 theme song? What a phenomenal song that is. Yes, yes. Bro, Jericho was cooking with that one. Your first WWE pay-per-view. We didn't used to buy pay-per-views in my house. My brother said he bought Survivor Series 03 on pay-per-view because, you know, the Bury the Live match. But the first DVD I ever had was WrestleMania 22. That's the one I remember. WrestleMania 22, technically. But I've always remembered wrestling, you know what I mean? Like, it's always been around our household. Thank Me Later, Drake. Good album. Bless Me is scary, bro. Now, that album's kind of terrifying, I'm not gonna lie. Thoughts on The Weeknd? Weeknd's good. It's just I don't listen to a lot of his new stuff, you know what I mean? What's your favorite album of this year, Premiere? I didn't listen to much music this year. It's literally going to be the Cardi one, to be honest. Like, it's just, I didn't listen to music. Like, if I had to count the songs I know from a particular album, Cardi's would be the most. It was kind of overhyped, though. Lady Gaga or Katy Perry? Lady Gaga, low-key. Lady Gaga's one of the most charismatic people ever. You know? Favorite Kid Cudi song? What's that song called? I can run it back and you know, I know. Missing you. She said she erased me. Yes. Sofago. Favorite? Yeah. You're gonna see the comment. But yeah, we're casuals with this stuff, you know. A lot of people are like, I know more than you. I don't really care, bro. I don't strive. I'm not really like craving to know more. I don't care. Do you still have the WrestleMania 22 DVD? No, I have WrestleMania 21 though. I bought it like a long time ago. Not in 05 though. Yo, Premier, what up, Dex Toretto? Shout out to you. But yeah, like, we like a variety of music, you know. I'm very casual with it. I don't really focus on one particular thing. Although this year, like, bruh, I was listening to a lot of alt music, kind of. Like random songs like Static X or something like that kind of stuff. But how you guys doing? Alright, I want you guys to comment your favorite album. No. I want you guys to comment your favorite movie. What is your favorite WrestleMania? 22, easily. What's the greatest night one main event so far? I think the the Bianca and Sasha Banks match, to be honest. Either that or the Austin and Owens match, but I think I'm gonna go with Sasha and Bianca, you know? What does Wade Barrett call her? Bianca? Yeah. What was worse, Reign of Terror or Jeff Jarrett's TNA title reigns? Jeff Jarrett's title reigns. Even though Triple H had power, he didn't have real power. Like, he had influence. Am I going over? Blah, blah, blah. But Jeff Jarrett legitimately owned the company. And it's like, Triple H is a main eventer. Jeff Jarrett is not. Simple as that. Scarface. Yeah, I love Scarface. Godfather 2. Yes. Paid in Full. Okay. Before Sunrise or Control, hard to choose between the two. Nice. Bro, Scarface is always a movie I'll glaze. Like, I know, like, people are like, you get the money. And this is the thing, bro. People think they want to live like Tony Montana, but they never watch the story. The guy has a God complex. He thinks he's untouchable. And he dies in the end of the movie. Like, I feel like people forget about it. They only see the push it to the limit scene and they're like, I want to live like this guy. No, you don't. Your mom hates you. She doesn't want your drug money. Why would you want to live like him? Bring It On. Yeah, I know. The Crow. Smokey and the Bandit, okay? Scott Steiner deserved better. That's my favorite movie. I'm gonna tell you now, this punk bitch. Why does he always talk like that? This fat son bitch, Samoa Joe. Bro, I just learned a couple of months ago that Sting started this like random romantic movie and I was laughing. Scarface, yes. Push It to the Limit. Nah, I love that movie. It's one of my favorites. Easily. The OG Terminator. Nice. Paid in Full. That's a hidden gem, low-key. It's not hidden anymore, but it was in the past. You know? Push it to the limit. Why do people want to have a life like the drug dealer? Because, listen, bro. The drug dealer has the girls. They're scared. They're respected. They're more feared. That's why. People want all those attributes, and the drug dealer kind of has them. It's simple. He killed Manny, bro. F Tony Montana. I should play the game, though. Like, I played the game of it, the Scarface one. I just never, like, played it. I just want to test it. It's decent. Remember State Property. Yes. Let me search that movie. I think I know what you're talking about. Wait. Let me make sure it's the right one. State Property. Beanie Siegel. I watched this 3 years ago. I actually liked it. I liked this. State Property 2, I didn't like it as much. But State Property, the first one, is good. Star Trek or Star Wars? I actually watched neither of them. So I'm going to go Star Wars just because I had one of the games as a kid. Always love the random singing. Bro, your streams are good. Nice. Shout out to you, Tyler Johnston. Scarface, The World Is Yours had a better ending than the movie. Yes, it did. It's not worth it to live a life like that. Yeah, but bro, you buy into the hype. You know? Favorite Undertaker match? Probably the match with Shawn Michaels at Bad Blood 97 or WrestleMania 26. HBK, he just understood Undertaker more than anyone else. You know? All About the Benjamins with Ice Cube and Mike Epps. I haven't watched that movie in so long, bro. Oppenheimer. Nice. Razor Ramon would have been more like Scarface if he was in ECW regularly. Yeah. Another favorite movie of mine is The Dark Knight. R.I.P. Heath Ledger. Iconic performance, bro. One of the best performances of the late 2000s. Easily. You know, I'm not saying something new. I'm not breaking new ground, but we gotta mention. You gotta show respect. Dead Presidents, 1995. Bro, that movie pisses me off, bro. It's not that I hate it. It's a great movie. I just hate it because, like, you saw the main character. I believe it's Lawrence Tate. He goes to the military. He skips high school, if I remember correctly. No, he skips college. And his life from there is cooked, bro. Legitimately. That movie sickens me. I've never watched it again because of how good it was. They rob the bank. He goes to prison. He goes to court. He's like, man, I served this country and this is all I get. And it's like, bro, this is sickening. Men in Black, nice. You watched the Peachmaker show? I watched a couple of the episodes, but I never finished it. And like nowadays, I don't really watch a lot of shows. It's hard to get invested. And it's not even because it's bad. It's just I go to sleep, you know? I love Batman Begins, nice. Scream 1996, LMAO. Bro, that movie sickens me, bro. I swear. I watched it once. I'm like, bro, I need to clean my eyes. I watched John Q afterwards because like it left a bad lasting impression in my mind. It's like you have to choose you have to make wise decisions in your life. It really made me think. It's one of those films. It really made me think. Scream 1996, okay? Die Hard, okay? Dead Presidents pisses me off, man. It does, bro. Like that movie, like the main character, you see all he goes through. It's like, bro, he should have went to school, bro. He should have done something else. He went to war and all this stuff happened. The country doesn't care about him, bro. What about the movie The Prestige, or what about the movie The Departed? I like The Departed. I haven't watched it in a while, though, to be honest with you. I haven't watched The Departed in so long. It's a good movie, though. You know, they have that Irish music playing, and Leonardo's like undercover. Matt Damon's like the chosen one. He's a rat guy, all that stuff. He gets in jail by the end of the movie. Oh my god, what the yeah, bro. That movie's like, it makes me mad. Have you watched American History X? I was so close to watching it the other day. I never got to. I do know about it though. You know, Ed Norton. He's like this Nazi guy. He goes to prison. He's reformed, but apparently, correct me if I'm wrong, he has a little brother who's into that life. He's a skinhead. I'll watch it though. I have to respect that. I don't want to fall asleep to it because I watch movies at night. Anyone ever watched The Truman Show? Of course, there's plenty of them here. Here, TNA pay-per-view. Bound for Glory 07. I'll do a TNA video soon. You are my #1 watch channel for 2025. Shout out to you. Big W's. Friday the 13th, the first 3 are the best. I haven't watched Friday the 13th since I was like 7. But it's Bound for Glory 07. New Jack City 91. Good movie. The Friday movie. I'm going to watch the Friday movies soon because those movies, they're for Christmas time. What about American Psycho? Great movie. I just don't like how the character is immortalized in real life. You know what I mean? The reason why is because the Patrick Bateman character is kind of weak, if we're being honest. They always act like he's like this guy who's got aura or whatever, but he's just scared of all the other guys. He wants to be like them. What's the guy called? Paul Allen or something like that? You're my #1 watch as well. Shout out to you guys. See, we got some viewers in here. We got some not real viewers, because all you guys in here are real viewers, but you guys are like the top of the tier, you know? But like I said with American Psycho, they immortalize this Patrick Bateman character so much. They're like, I want to be like him. No, you don't, dumbass. I watched that movie. I kind of hate him. I'm like, he's got aura. He's kind of cool, but at the same time, it's like, why would I want to be like this guy? No. But it's a good movie, you know? You ugly bitch. Bro, he's so crazy in that movie. He's just so crazy. Wrestlers saying sus things is crazy. Well, they do. Pulp Fiction, good movie. Santa with Muscles? Remember Paul Blart, Mall Cop? Yes, I watched that movie a million times, the Mall Cop movie. A lot of good movies, you know? There's a lot of them. So it's like, I don't really need to bother to watch anything new at the moment. We will watch them, but still. Babylon AD 2008. Y2J return incoming, yes. Equilibrium. Bro, Tubi has a lot of these movies, to be honest. Like, Tubi, the thing is with Tubi is it's kind of got this, like, ghetto image. Because, like, the movies are low quality, the audio is bad, but they got a lot of great B movies. I don't understand why others want to be like the bad guys in films. It's like in wrestling. The heel is more liked because he has more freedom to do whatever he wants. With the villains in movies, they got more freedom as well. Did you just do the talking men laugh? Did I? I do it from time to time. I'm not gonna lie to you. Norbit, good movie. It's a silly movie, but still, you know, I enjoyed it. Very silly. Well, I probably did do the talking men thing. You know, I do that randomly. I'm not doing it for reactions or anything like that. No. Christian Bale was an American Psycho in the Dark Knight. Yes. Can you do a fantasy booking video? Yes. We'll do the Rocks in 04. Y2J returned first Raw of 2025 or Rumble? I think Rumble. And again, bro, you don't know. He might cost Punk the title. I don't know. Like, WWE does whatever they want. You know what I mean? Like, they do whatever they want, whenever they want. 20 21 Jump Street or 22, bro. I love both of those movies. 22, the Jump Street movies are my favorites, actually. They're my favorite movies ever. You watch anime? No. If you're like, why? Growing up, I didn't watch anime. If I grew up watching it, I'd be glazing like crazy. And in some ways, I do wish I kind of watched it just to have that knowledge, but I never did. You know what I mean? It's not even like, oh, I don't care. It's just I never tried it. That's all I'm gonna say. But yeah, my favorite movies, the Jump Street movies. I like the police movies a lot. Just want to tell you guys that. I like police movies a lot. You know, they catch the bad guy. It's very formalic or whatever the hell you want to say. But it's one of my favorite genres. You know? You know, Rush Hour. Stuff like that. He did get a push. It's called TNA. Yes. Christian Cage. Like, yeah, I like a lot of the police movies. Heat. Bro, Heat is such a good-ass movie. Anyways, where were we? All right. Do you like the Rocky movies? Yeah, they're good. Thoughts on Clint Eastwood? Wonderful. Red Heat, 1988. I actually never watched that. I'm talking about Heat from 95. That's a great movie. That's cinema. You know, those people that are film enthusiasts are like, don't call that movie a film. Well, Heat's a film, you know. If you tell them Alvin and the Chipmunks is film, they'll get pressed, bro. What's the greatest return of all time? Greatest return. Probably a Stone Cold one. What about SWAT movies with Samuel L. Jackson? Bro, SWAT is in my top 10 favorites. I think the second half doesn't do as well, but like the first half when they establish the characters, it's so good. Like that alone makes me glaze it. You know what I mean? Like the SWAT movie, the first half when they establish the characters, you know, Colin Farrell, Samuel L. Jackson, Michelle Rodriguez, Jeremy Renner. I just love the way they establish it. Well, you're gonna leave me for these cops? And then Jeremy Renner gets pressed, he feels wronged. Then they fix the SWAT stuff. Yeah, it's a good movie. What about the movie Heat with Al Pacino? Yeah. Favorite scary movie trilogy of the way, bro. The first one. I like the first one. The first one, you know, the copy, I Know What You Did Last Summer and Scream. It's so silly. Bro, one of the Wayans brothers, they told them, there's a lot of funny scenes in that movie. That's all I'm gonna say. You know? There's a lot of good movies out there. Another movie is Samuel L. Jackson, the movie Shaft. Yes. The movie came out in like 2000, right? Samuel L. Jackson has a lot of great movies. Django Unchained. All right, before we end the stream, feel free to say anything you want. Yep. If you're like, why are you going to end? Well, I got to eat. And I'm going to edit a video, possibly, or work on a new one. I'm trying to think of what to work on. I'm not very sure at the moment because, well, I change my mind a lot. So that's why that's why I'm never guaranteeing a video. You know, it's like, if I show you this video, it might be another one. I do think it'll be SVR07 in the end, but I can't guarantee it. You know, that's all I'm going to say. Well, if you guys have anything to say before we end the stream here, feel free to mention it. Who's your favorite wrestling faction? The Shield, easily. It's the Shield. If I was a kid, I would say Evolution, but it's the Shield. Easily. If you're like, why the Shield? Like, everything about it, it's like, new. It feels like they're taking the future. Have you seen The Bourne Identity? Bro, I love that trilogy. I like spy movies, is it noir? Correct me if I'm wrong. I like those movies a lot, you know, they go to Europe, they go to freaking some random place like Taiwan, like they investigate. Plus, the third Bourne movie went to my city in Morocco. So that alone makes it a great series for me. You know, they went all these areas I've been to before. I'm like, bro, this is so cool. But my favorite out of the Bourne Identity is number 1. Who in WWE desperately needs a new finisher? LA Knight, low-key. Jeff Hardy would have been bigger if he stayed in WWE. Yes. You think Dortmund wins the Champions League? I think it could happen. Yeah, keep on dreaming, buddy. They won today. I watched the match. No. the Champions League requires a lot of healthy players, number one. Number two requires the skill from the players. Like, if you tell me City's going to win it, I wouldn't be shocked. I don't think Liverpool's going to win it. I don't think Real Madrid's going to win it, but there's only a handful of teams I think could win it. Those being Bayern Munich, Barcelona. I think Arsenal low-key has a chance at the moment. We'll see. Champions League requires more than that, you know what I mean? Can't wait for some more content, bro. Always love the quality you make. Hope you have a great one. Shout out to Tyler Johnston. The Bourne Identity series is so dope. I love it, bro. The second movie, you know, his wife gets killed, and then he has those flashbacks. The third movie, the fourth movie, I'm not talking about the Jeremy Renner one. I'm talking about the fourth one when they brought Matt Damon back. You gonna watch the World Cup next year in June? I hope we watch it in person. Dortmund will never get past Munich. Exactly. I think we could beat them in a Champions League tie, but in the league, no. I feel like, why do you think you could beat them in a Champions League tie? Because the Bundesliga is different from the Champions League. You know what I mean? Anything could happen in the Champions League. But if you tell me if you tell me my pick for the UEFA Champions League, I don't know. Like, it's so tough. Like, Bayern Munich, their form always dips after the winter, so I can't say it's them. Would you be mad if Lesnar won the Rumble? I think it's stupid. You know? Gone in 60 Seconds with Nicolas Cage. I actually never watched that. Like, bro, if Brock Lesnar wins the Royal Rumble, that would be so dumb. And then you have some people glazing him. Ooh. Brock Lesnar's time passed. Like, I know he's a big star, but he's not as big as he was years ago. You know? Like, when you hear Brock Lesnar in 2014, it's like, nowadays it's not so much. He's older now. Even without the allegations and all that stuff, like, he's older. What else? Yeah, I'm hyped for the World Cup. Just want to say that. Very hyped. Hopefully WrestleMania 42 is good. And then GTA 6 comes out as they predicted and told us. You know? Brock shouldn't be around. You know what's funny, bro? If it was someone like Austin Theory or random, they wouldn't be back, even if they were clean, just on the basis of being in the documents. You know what I mean? It's as simple as that. We'll see how things go, but it'll be swept under the rug if Brock is innocent, or even if Brock is guilty, even if Vince is innocent. You get what I mean? Like, even if the worst case scenarios happened, it's going to be swept under the rug anyways, you know? Who's your pick to win the Rumble? Roman Reigns. I think he'll win. Favorite WrestleMania main event? I'll give you one. Just give me a little bit. Probably 26. Yes. 26 and 31. Brock's WrestleMania main events, just want to mention him right now. 19, 31, and yeah, 19 and 31 were wonderful. Just want to mention that. But my favorite is probably 26. The problem with 20 is it's kind of tainted for me because of Chris Benoit. You know, like, that should be number one, but you don't feel that same emotion as you used to in the past. You know what I mean? The first Final Destination, bro. The thing is, the Benoit one should be number one, but it's like, you don't have that same enjoyment. Like, you see that story, it's like wonderful, all that stuff, but bro, then you see him hug Eddie, it's like, damn, this was special. Keyword was. Love your videos, bro. Take care. Shout out to you, Mr. Leo 6004. We'll do that Jericho video soon. I low-key want Roman to win the Rumble. I'm guessing he's going to win it. That's my guess. It's not about who I want. I just think he's going to win it. You know? Ha ha ha. Ha ha ha. WrestleMania 20 was the greatest ending of all time. Was. See? Now it's WrestleMania 40. WrestleMania 40 was a great ending, though, I will say. Just want to mention. But yeah, again, feel free to mention anything you want here before we end the stream. I'll be back with a video either, I think, after tomorrow. Because of the circumstances in 2007, the moment is erased. It's tainted. You know what I mean? Like, I see that moment, it's like, damn. Do you think Braun Breaker is winning the Rumble this year? Yeah, he's probably, he has a big chance, but I don't know if it'll actually happen. You know what I mean? I hope he's champion by then, to be honest. Like, I don't really want to see him do do the long game. Like, if he wins the title in January, I would like that over whatever he's going to do at WrestleMania. If you're like, why? Because he had to drag CM Punk and Braun Breaker. I'm not really interested in it, to be honest. How much longer do you think Roman wrestles? 6 years. It feels like he should be gone in 2, but I don't see it. I feel like these wrestlers are born to wrestle and they'll stay around. I do think this is the final like arc in Roman Reigns' career, but they're gonna drag it for as long as possible. WrestleMania 40 felt like the end game, indeed. Yeah, Marvel's Endgame again. Like, the Marvel in 2018 had too much aura. There was some people randomly collapsing and falling down and being dragged by stretchers in 2018, bro. With the popcorn falling down on the floor. That's how much aura that Marvel had in 2018. Crazy. Like, Marvel in 2018 was you had to be there thing, you know? Anyways, where were we? All right. I hope you guys enjoyed the stream. I will be back in a few days. I feel like they could have told more stories with Rollins and the Vision. They shouldn't have split them up that quickly. Yes, but he got injured. Yeah, where was I? I hope you guys enjoyed this stream. The world about to shut down for John Cena's retirement? Yes. We'll see how it goes, but I will probably be back on a live stream before John Cena's retirement. Probably Thursday, no guarantees. I will tell you guys this, that I will make a John Cena final year video. Easy video I can make. I could yap for 15, 20 minutes. We'll do it after the retirement, but I will create it this week. Like, I will begin work on it this week before the last match. PCIWP, yes. It wasn't the original plan for Roman to wrestle Seth. Yes, that probably was. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this stream. WrestleMania 17 is the best Sammy just want to mention. But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed the stream. I know I did. Peace.